And here we go. We're starting game one, it looks like. So R1 of the final matches of the major. We have Africa here.
This is going to be big. This is going to be huge. It's one thing to watch the replays, but to watch the game actually happen second by second, and to see how long the early game actually takes and the slow build-up, it's really cool. It's really cool to see the plays happen. And after watching the replays, the live game almost feels like slow motion, but in a good way.
Yeah, wait, you Eagle-Eye Bald, wait a second. All right, so we're starting out here. We have King Kings over here boning out very quickly. We have Ramen also boning out in the central part, and we have Once Trade also boning out. Now, some of these players, keep in mind, we are seeing their names because we are casters. However, these players see anonymous names from their perspective. So this guy knocks out does not know that this Krakenias guy is right next to him. He sees an anonymous player.
He does now if he's watching the stream.
He does now. He does now. But all these players, they are anonymous towards each other.
I'm going to start calling out some starter locations if you don't mind.
For sure, just go ahead.
We got NVR up there in North Africa. We got Krakenias on the West African coast there. We got Wally in the center, Mole kind of in Libya, Egypt type areas. We got Ziad in the middle, Aki below him. Down on the south tip of South Africa, Thikan, Cheese Maxin, Marco Man. Who else? We got Zorbit down there. Who else? Where are you guys? Royal Pug on the where the Houthis are in game. We got Alpha in Arabia. We got Franquito on the highly contested Middle Eastern area there. We got Dougie in Egypt. Where's my Roy's member? Where is he? We got Bane in the Sahara Desert next to King Baldwin. We got so many well-known players here. I apologize if I've missed you. We got Sparkles there. This lake in the middle of Africa, by the way, it's not real, guys. Don't base your geography knowledge off OpenFront because this lake isn't real. We got Nagy next to Anto, next to Stanley. It's kind of packed in the center with some big names. Yeah, it's kind of packed.
It is hugely packed. Africa is one of the biggest maps in the game. Well, we picked these for the first three. So a very smart person hand selected the maps to ensure that they were big enough to fit 100 players each. We have this Anon Swamp player in the top right, choosing to take a disconnected position. He built a port here. Unfortunately for him, a port does not allow for trading if it doesn't have access to any other ports, and so that's going to do nothing up there. He should have built a factory. Very unfortunate on his regard.
That's what separates the masters from the semi-pros.
This is true. Oh, and we have Wicked Man building a port. Now, this is very short distance, so not a lot of trades going to be happening between that. It's probably like going to be like a 20K, 30K trade happening there. And we're going to see if movement starts to happen. We have a lot of alliances going out. With our replay tool here, we can see live alliances. So if we go over Sparkles right here, we can see he allied up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players all around him, just trying to survive that early game. We have a betrayal by Wally up here. Very interesting. Rex is going to take advantage of that and hit into Wally there.
Yeah, just north of that location, we've got Mole with the traitor debuff getting eaten up. Rest in peace, Mole.
Rest in peace, Mole. He's going to get eliminated from the game. We have down here a kill feed. We have a kill feed right here. And so we can see, go double click on Mole. We can see when he dies in this game in slow motion. Very unfortunate. Goodbye, Mole. Rest in peace.
It's all happening. Couple of players fall in. Wally's getting eaten up in the middle, looking around. Down in the south, there's a lot of movement. Meow Meow Cat Island has got the traitor debuff. He's getting eaten up. Marco Man's losing troops, losing land to Zorbit, who's a player I should have mentioned, obviously, big player Zorbit. Pierre getting removed in South Africa as well. The Copper Bard getting removed by Map Gamer. A couple of early kills happening on the board. And I'd be terrified to be one of these players right now with all these good players around me.
I would be also, if you show any bit of weakness, you're just going to get piranha very quickly. We see Soviet Romanum dying here. I believe Stanley JJ is very close to being eliminated. Uh, we have a lot of boats for a lot of players. You see a lot of tiny positions everywhere across the map, which is what pro players like to do. We have Planetary taking out a wet sandwich right here. Not a
Yeah,
lot
on
of
a
movement.
map like this, a bad player would see that he's surrounded and would not make any plays. A good player is zooming out and is finding opportunities, and that is a skill in this game. Scouting opportunities is a massive skill.
It definitely is. We have Royal Pug over here controlling the strait with some warships. Got a lot of warships going out, stealing trade. A lot of potential alliances happening here. We see Pyrrha getting hit out by Knocks Out. And we see Sparkles. Sparkles was in the central position. He boated around. He took some land down here, but he took too much land. He committed too many troops. It looks like he's going to get eliminated from this game by over committing.
Got a lot of movement happening near the West African coast. We've got Pyrrha getting removed by Addo. We have Merv pushing into Ramen. There's a lot of moving parts down there. We've just had Ingsoc land on Merv as well through some boats up a river. Lots of movement there. And we see in these games, there can be a stalemate in a localized region. And once the first domino falls, then there's lots of movement and lots of change happening until there's like a new status quo. It's pretty interesting to see develop.
That is correct. Now we have the 4% is the doomsday clock. It's going to start rising in 3 minutes and about 30 seconds. It'll start rising up to 4%. At this point, we only have one player at above 4%, which is expected. We have Fratty, who looks like he's building up a little snowball here. He's going to get nuked in response to that. And a little bit of value lost there, but he's going to try and snowball the game from the south, it looks like.
Going to check the bottom of the leaderboard. We've got a lot of people on 0.0%, so they do have pixels. And correct me if I'm wrong, eliminations do count for points in the current scoring system.
That is correct. So
Yeah.
you gain eliminations. You kill them based on their max percent. You get a little extra gold. For example, if you killed a player that was really big, you're going to get more points than if you killed a player that was really small at any point in the game.
Yeah, so there's a lot of potential points on the board if not to give live advice, but if you're in a bit of a rut and you don't know where to expand, maybe quickly check the bottom of the leaderboard and see if you can score some quick points that way.
Absolutely. This is scored across multiple games, so your kills in these games help you get more points for scoring, and it will help your standings for the future games. We have a lot of boating that's still going on. People are still trying to boat around. We have this knocks out player who looks like he's going to be taking out Addo right there. A lot of islands over here too. A bunch of players that are at about 0%. They could be easy eliminations there to get some extra points if someone wants to hunt around for them. Looks like Patanek is going to be killed by King Baldwin the Fourth over there.
We had a hydro land on the current crown owner. That's Fratty down in the south. He took a hydro to his center. He's getting pushed in from the north by Empire of K, Empire of Kai. And then there's another player also, multiple players eating up that irradiated wasteland. So, yeah, that's unfortunate for Fratty. He's still in the game. He's still got the crown. But players around him are trying to stop him.
Another hydro on that bottom right tip over there. A lot of trading looks like is going on in this bottom part of the map. No hydro has been thrown up north yet. We just see an Anabomb. We got about a minute till the Doomsday Clock starts rounding up. We see this Anon Swan player as expected. It looks like he's going to get eaten up in the corner of the map. There are some good places to spawn. There are some bad places to spawn. You know, corners of the map, not great places to spawn in OpenFront.
Yeah. And then even on top of that, talking about spawn locations, you can have what is objectively a good spawn location, but if it's too highly contested and too busy, now it becomes a bad spawn location, right? Because if too many people want it, then what could have been a bad spawn location, if nobody spawns there and the player who does spawn there has space, now that location's good. So it's very dynamic and nuanced.
We have Bob the Gamer over here going into Krakenias. Looks like the knocks out player
My
got taken out by Raccoon. We have
my
Dougie.
Roy's player got took out by Alpha. Rest in peace, striking spliff.
Unfortunate. It looks like he got alphaed, and now he is the Omega. He's done for. It's the end for him.
Nice. Doomsday clock starting now to count up in 3 seconds.
3, 2, and 1. So as a reminder to everyone watching, the Doomsday clock means, William Millennial, do you want to explain that real quick?
Oh, you always put this one on me. The Doomsday Clock is a minimum size threshold. Think of it as the floor is lava, but in this case, the lava is a minimum size threshold. So when the minimum size threshold is at 1%, if your land was below 1% of the map, then you would have the Doomsday debuff, which is basically after 30 seconds, your troops will start to decay. And so this mechanic is the lava on the floor rising, and it forces you to climb higher and higher in terms of size and map control. Basically, artificially speeding up the game and making the game more aggressive.
That is correct. And you might think, oh, I'll just go on an island max, and stay alive
Nope.
that way. But your warships go down to 1 HP also. So you can see right here, these warships are tank damage because Blorbits is in the Doomsday clock. We have some big players on the map now. If we look at anyone below the 4% threshold, if they don't start expanding very quickly, they're going to start losing troops. So that 4% is going to reach in about 45 seconds. And we got players who are close. We have Dougie, we have Empire of K, Planetary, Alpha, 1M20. So these players could
Yeah.
potentially rise above that clock, but they need to move
Really
now.
interested to see if Dougie could make the jump in terms of players that are big and important in the game, but are at big danger of not surviving the Doomsday. It's Dougie, it's Alpha, and it's Aki. These players, are big enough to win the game, but are not yet big enough to survive this first stage of Doomsday. So they need to make a move.
It looks like Aki was able to make that move down here, and he is able to get that land. Ingsock has a betrayal over here. He's going to get eaten up by Empire of Kai. Looks like Kai is going to be able to rise above that 4%, possibly. So you see these flashing skulls right there means you have to move. You got to make a move, or else you're going to start draining troops.
Ingsock has the traitor debuff. He's going to get taken out of the game. Dougie's got the Doomsday debuff, but he's hoping maybe he can somehow climb or claw out of it.
He does have
He's
20
not.
mil. He could try and make an endgame comeback scenario, but he still needs a little bit more land
Yeah.
than that to be viable in the endgame. We have a big
You know,
Hydra going out on Bane and Baldwin right here.
ooh, I know we're a minute behind, but Dougie has islands to his north, planetary realignment. There is a few ways Dougie could come back into this, but he would have to act pretty soon.
Now, Doom the Clock is starting to rise up to 9%. It's at 5.1% now. So all these players, 10 and below, are going to be below the threshold. We have 2 players right now who are above 9%. This will be Fratty, Ultimus Rex, and a couple players who are very close by. We have Nagi, DMQ, Bob the Gamer, Geographic Edits, and Alpha. Actually, having survived the previous Doomsday clock, is now going to fall below if he doesn't make a move.
DMQ in the north there in orange sat on, well, the colors are different for you, but yeah, DMQ sat on max troops. He sat there with 1.63 mil waiting for his move. I think the most troops in the game, not in terms of max troops, but yeah, the most troops. In terms of max troops, Ultimus Rex in the middle of the map there has the highest maximum troops, and he's currently sat in second place.
And he did get double hydro, so it looks like he got eaten up a big time. Now, DMQ does have an opportunity. You see these alliances are expiring, and actually he had an alliance with Tina and King Baldwin. However, he chose to renew with King Baldwin, so he's not going to be able to take advantage of that.
So we just saw Bob the Gamer fall to Ultimus Rex, and as he was falling, fire like 5 hydros onto Fratty and completely obliterate Fratty's coastline. And then a couple of other players actually joined in on the hydro party, all on Fratty. And Fratty even fired off the question mark emoji. Fratty must be fuming right now.
That is very unfortunate for Freddy that he had to deal with that. He might have made an enemy with them earlier on. He might have he snowballed a little early. Maybe he didn't use his emotes properly. He could have sent some heart emotes to prevent that from happening, possibly. Yeah.
The new meta. Ultimus Rex now with the crown, and there's a lot of holes on the map. There's a lot of cheese holes on the map. In terms of players above the Doomsday threshold, only 4 players are now without the debuff. The rest of the players have the debuff, and their troops will be decaying. However, that doesn't mean they're out of the game, because with their cash, they pose a massive threat. So players will still hesitate before attacking a player.
Very true. Over here in Madagascar, we have Zorbit, who kind of like took control of Madagascar, got a bunch of weak warships out. Looks like Geographic Edits is gonna take a little spot there too. But Madagascar strat looks like it's not gonna be a game-winning strategy in this game. So right now we have the Doomsday Clock rising up. Now keep in mind, we are 15 minutes into this game. And so the Doomsday Clock rising up at this point in time might be more accurate. You know, you would expect the average game length in OpenFront is about 20 minutes right now, about 21 minutes. And so you'd expect a game to hopefully end quicker than that with a pro player lobby.
Only 2 players without the debuff now, only 1 player. Fratty can get above the threshold if he takes that irradiated wasteland quick enough. Nagy is above the threshold as well, and always the crown is always above the not always above the threshold, but the crown never has the debuff.
Yes, so the crown is able to snowball if they keep their troop regen accurate.
I think we might be seeing a Rex runaway with this game.
You say runaway, but it has been 17 minutes now in this game, so this has not been like a set snowball position. We saw opportunities like DMQ sat on 1.6 million troops, and he had alliances expiring near him, and he chose not to attack into the player, and that killed him by putting him below the threshold because he chose not to be aggressive.
It's kind of a race now to see if Nagy can stay out of the debuff zone. If he can, then he poses a threat to Ultimus Rex. The Doomsday Clock is going to stay on hold 16% for the next 20 seconds, gives the players a little bit of time to catch up.
We do have a ton of gold on the map, and keep in mind, Rex has a 3 mil cap almost at this point, so we might see Hydra start to go out on him now, which we do. Right before I said that Space Noob over here, Space Sheep, is starting to Hydro. He's gonna get killed by Alpha though. Very unfortunate.
And you can win these games by hydroing the crown so that he drops down in the leaderboard and you retake the crown for yourself. And that's probably what we're going to see. And that is why staying in the game with your cash is actually really important. And we've just seen a Merv there from Empire of K. I don't know who that's going to land on. I'm guessing Rex. Yeah, it is on Rex. And there the crown passes to Nagy. And so now Nagy has troop regen.
Now he does. If he sits for about 30 seconds, he'll be able to get back to efficient troop regen, and he'll be able to start snowballing with that amount. Unless someone else nukes him, these players, they could just start nuking different people at a time. We have Raccoon over here with 75 mil. We have Alpha with 63 mil. DMQ still has 40 mil. Aki has 25. Nagi over here with 50. Rex with 60. All these players have a lot of gold. They could be nuking the map off very quickly now.
Yeah, we saw Nagy take a Merv there, and the crown passed back to Rex. And depending on how many bombs Rex takes, the crown could pass on again. And the map is slowly going to become like a Fallout game. which is what we've all been waiting for, actually.
Yeah, we love to see nukes in open front. A game without nukes, what is that game? It's not a game at all. We see over here in the kill feed, some players, you can see them trying to focus on getting some kills. So you can see Alpha killing Royal Pug over here. You can see he also killed, looks like the European Federation was a player. He killed him. So he's going for kills. We have Rex, who, even though he was in the crown, he's prioritizing some kills over here. We have Space Noob getting a kill over here also. So those people on this kill feed are gaining points for getting kills. If you gain points by getting kills, you could potentially do very well, even if you don't win a game.
So you can see on the leaderboard now, all the players are below the Doomsday threshold. So now the only way to have troop regen is to have the crown. So Rex is sat on the crown. He has the regen. He's got the most land, the most gold. However, a player like Nagy with 70 million, a player like Alpha with 80 million still poses a massive threat to Rex. And what we often see in these games is the players kind of hoarding their cash until the end. And then it's like the last 30 seconds is just an absolute bomb showdown where the crown passes around a few times, a little bit like what's like that childhood game, like Duck Duck Goose. You know that one? Like
Yes.
you don't basically you don't want to have the crown until the last moment. You want to grab it at the last moment.
That is
Sometimes
right.
in these games, in these bomb games.
Now, if you are below on this leaderboard, like if you're Raccoon over here sitting at 85%, he needs to start nuking a lot of the map. There's a lot of land down here in the south and the east part of the map, which could be getting hydroed and provide some higher percentage for the people on the other sides of the map. You have like Alpha and Raccoon. They could potentially gain a lot by nuking this bottom side of the map, getting some nuke land over there, because the rest of the map has a ton of nuke land. We're just seeing a lot of non-nuke land down here. And it looks like Rex is actually going to come in too fratty and try and take this land. We see potentially, or Rex could win this game by domination if he continues this kind of snowball. We do see a Merv go out on him, though. That's going to be slow him down a little bit. However, he's above the threshold by twice the amount now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's much that people can do to Rex, and to be honest, I wouldn't be using my money on Mervs. The
No,
areas of Rex's land that have survived the last Merv will likely survive the next Merv, if it's because of Sam's site location. So if I was going to spend my money to try and hurt the crown holder, it would be Hydros for me.
it would be. I'd be nuking the big patches of land that Rex has all over the place. I'd be nuking those as much as possible in order to reduce his land percent. And it's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. If you are any of these players with 80 plus mil, 40 plus mil gold, I'd start using your hydras up now. Like if you're Raccoon, you only have 3 silos. You got to build a couple more silos and just start bombing everything you see to try and get above that threshold. If you're Alpha
I
over
think
here,
sometimes this is a game of chicken. This is a game of patience, and I think the players are worried that if they use all their cards now, when it comes to the last few moments of the game, then they won't necessarily be able to make as big of an impact compared to if they maybe reserved their cash now. I think that's what's going on.
we see Alpha over here. He built up the 13 silos. We have Aki. He built up the 13 silos. So these players are going to start expending their nukes. Aki did spend everything. He overlapped a couple hydros, maybe a little efficient, maybe a little panicking happening right there.
Yeah, but with Rex snowballing, kind of going back to what you were saying a second ago, maybe they should act now because Rex is sat on 55% and he's only going to get bigger and bigger because he has troop regen. If there ever was going to be a moment to stop him with bombs, it's probably now, whilst he's regaining his control on the game.
Yeah, these players, they just sat there with dozens of millions of gold. And that's going to leave Rex with a big opportunity. He could just, blitz Alpha. He could blitz Raccoon with the borders he has on him, and probably guarantee the win very quickly. Nagi over here is sitting on only 10 mil, so Nagi used up all his gold. But it looks like Rex might go for that blitz for a domination win. We might see a domination win in the first match. of the major, which is what we like to see.
Definitely. And he could potentially get a domination here if he just started sending 10% into the irradiated wasteland. Um, and yeah, he could get the domination win. And if he does get the domination win, he gets more points, doesn't he?
He does. So domination win weighs a little higher than just placing first place.
There's the full send on Raccoon and on Alpha at the same time. He takes the Mervs in response, and it's going to slow him down temporarily. He's got 15 seconds to secure 80%.
Will he be able to do it? He could hit into. He could expend all his troops in the
Yeah,
next 10 seconds, and he gets above 80% in the last few seconds of the game. We have
just
a
with the
game
bombs.
one win by Ultimus Rex.
Just with the bombs, he secures the 80%. I was kind of worried that he needed to attack Alpha, but no, just with the bombs, he secures the win.
That is a very impressive job for the first game of the major. Now, keep in mind, just because you win one game doesn't mean you'll win the tournament. You're going to have to perform over the next 4 games. We have 4 more games that people have to continue performing on, keep doing well on, in order to win. And kills do count for a lot. You can see over here in the end, you have Rex. He killed Anto. He killed Deacon. These players weren't even on our radar, but they're tiny people. He's going around the map and he's eliminating them as he reaches them. We have Alpha killing Uni, so we're going to see some extra points over here from the people who are actually prioritizing kills over just surviving.
This would be good propaganda for the UN propaganda machine if Rex was to win.
Nah. These individuals are performing for themselves right now. These guys are having their own glory. It is them doing their best to win these games. There's no clans in FFAs. It's winner takes all.
Very humble. If my Roy's member does well, he's doing it for the clan. If he does really bad, it's all him. But if he does well, then it's for the clan.
True. If Rex doesn't win, I disavow him. That's for sure.
Whoa.
Now we are waiting for the round 2 to start up. There's going to be a couple minute delay on that, just making sure that the game spins up properly. So let's look at some of these kills right here. We also see another player here. We have Empire of K. He also went for some kills earlier on in the game. We can see him.
Yeah, he was in the center somewhere, I think.
Yeah, he was right here in the middle of Africa, Central Africa. He hunted down Ingsoc. He hunted down Map Gamer right here. So he's going around getting some extra kills for points. So you're going to see him get some extra points on that leaderboard too.
Kind of nice that we have a point scoring system as well, because unlike the minors, where at the end it was just, you were either the winner or you were one of the many losers, at least at the end of this major, you can take pride and you can tell your buddies that you came 24th in the biggest OpenFront tournament that's ever been. Pretty cool brag.
That is true.
Even if you come 50th, pretty cool brag, because this was a VIP invite only event.
You had to qualify in the minors. If you are watching right now and you want to participate in these kinds of tournaments, join the OFM Discord and you can sign up for tournaments for free. We have weekly giveaways. Your performance in the minors actually give you more entries into the giveaway. And you get the opportunity to qualify for major tournaments. Major tournaments, you're going to get a bunch of plutonium, you get glory and honor. And then if you do well in the major tournaments, you can qualify for the grand championships. And those are going to happen every 3 to 4 months, roughly. So it's going to be pretty exciting. OFM is also going to be introducing new formats. So right now, these tournaments have just been FFA so far. But very soon, in the next few weeks, we're going to introduce a squads format. So, duos, trios, quads type deal. And then we're going to also introduce, after the next major, we're going to introduce duels, which is the 1v1, 2v2 formats, the team versus team. And so there's going to be a lot of tournaments running. They're going to be running concurrently. So you're going to have a rotating schedule. Every Saturday, you're going to have 3 tournaments run with different formats. You'll be able to play your heart out in OpenFront and win some good prizes.
There is going to be so much OFM. Holy hell.
There is. If you're interested
How
in, yeah, go ahead.
how are we going to keep up, Eagle Eye?
Well, it's gonna be fun. If you're interested in contributing to OFM and helping out the team, we do have applications open on the server. You can apply there for some of the positions. Now, this is the start of the second match, the round 2 that we're streaming. We do have some interesting spots. This is Mare Nostrum. Of course, the prime location for spawning on this map is the Balkans, as most maps that have Balkans are, right here in the middle. But however, if you're on the edge of this map, you do have opportunities to expand very big if you're off center. The corners obviously are almost always a bad spot to spawn, but if you're off corner, you have a big opportunity to grab a lot of land here very quickly.
I'm a big fan of this map. Big fan of this map. Let's see where people are then. So we've got Wally in France. We got Ginger in Spain, Anto in Spain, DMQ in Morocco, Dan in Africa, Lord and Nagy, Flug and Kale, Merv in Egypt. Who else can we see? The Royal Pugman in the Middle East, Pira in Turkey. Mole there, Czech Mole, repping the Czech nation up on the northern edge of the map. Franquito is nearby. Watch out, Mole. Franquito is nearby. We've got Alpha, and one of the popular spawns on this map is the Balkans area. Usually a good spawn to win the game.
It is, however, in a match where you have 100 pro players in here, everybody pretty much knows that the Balkans are good. So you see, there's a lot of good players who just spawn in the Balkans, and they're might be a little locked out of the game if they don't expand very quickly into other areas. We see, look at these boats going across the map. By the way, like this is an incredible amount of boats.
Yeah, definitely. Because they send those 1% boats right at the start, and it doesn't matter what happens to the destination land whilst the boat is in transport. All that matters is when that boat lands, does the sender want to make use of this potential attack that he has? And what I'm trying to say is when he sends the boat, he's not going to know what option or what opportunity he's going to have when the boat that he's going to have when the boat lands. It's kind of like playing the lottery almost.
That is true. It's giving you opportunities to actually expand in another area. You might get locked out in your immediate borders, so it is a good idea to be able to spread out and have more opportunities somewhere else. So you have right here, this Sicily player ended up attacking into planetary alignment, but then he took an alliance with them. Just taking a little bit extra land there before the alliance. And we have some moves already happening over here. So we have Lunas, who got low on troops and looks like he's going to get eaten up by 2 or 3 players, it looks like. We have some action over here in Morocco. We have Tempest getting eaten up by Make over here. And looks like there's a big alliance network over here in the middle of the Balkans, kind of like what we expected with a lot of the good players spawning near this location and just getting locked out. We have Addo, who's going to be losing alliances. This Mitte player is going to lose alliance with 2 players, but he renewed on both of them at the same time. So it looks like he's going to be safe right there.
And in these tournaments, we've been running 3-minute alliances to kind of, just to speed up those alliance expiries and to give people and players options to attack.
We have been. So the Doomsday Clock, because it's a little faster, we want to give players the opportunity to cycle their alliances more appropriately, so they're not just dying due to alliance stalemates.
We see Uni right now with the crown. He is 5 cities and 3 factories, 0 ports. Can you try and tell me, Eagle Eye, why he would have 0 ports?
So on this map, the trade is big. Like you can trade across the entire map. It might take a long time for your investment to return, essentially, if you have ports. And if you have a 100-player match, there's a lot of infrastructure that pops up very early on in the map. And so you can utilize these factories a little better by just having more infrastructure available early on. So it's kind of like a risk reward. If you want to trade big, you could do ports. However, you might get more consistent income if you do factories instead in an FFA.
Right. Okay. See, that's a really good answer. I didn't even expect you to have an answer. I thought you were going to say, I don't know. But those were actually some extremely valid points I had not considered at all.
Looks like we have SMS over here getting eaten up by Pyrrha and Tina. We have Cape over here having a betrayal debuff. He looks like he full sent. Whale Falls killing a Royal Pug. And the left side of the map, we have
SMS.
Anto getting eaten up by Uni over here.
SMS getting removed by Pyrrha. That's a big player that's been very influential in previous games. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, SMS. We have over here Blurbits. He's no troops. Like he tried to he full sent, getting killed by Planetary and this Pierre player.
We see movement on the top of the board. Alpha pushing into Mole. Mole trying to get a few defensive posts up, but it is going to be the end of his game most likely.
That is unfortunate.
Further east of that, we have Tenor landing on Crimea, pushing into Stuff Woof.
So these Balkan players, it looks like they're trying to boat out and like take land in other places. They don't really want to fight a death battle in the middle of the Balkans at the moment. You see like Spaceship over here. He is grabbing land over in Italy.
Yeah. It's the type of map that allows you to really reach out onto the other side and grab something. I do like a map like that. Very fluid and easy to move around. In Spain, we see Bob the Gamer. He has the traitor debuff. He's getting eaten up by everybody around him. And Sparkles is also falling to Uni.
Rest in peace
Uni is on
to.
both sides of the Strait of Gibraltar there. He's in Africa and he's in Spain.
He is. He boated over very quickly. He was able to take those opportunities, and it looks like he was able to just get across these rivers very quickly in order to take those opportunities. So that is a mark of a very good player to be able to boat around and attack through players and get new borders with people. We can see over here Alpha going into Colmy, so he is taking a big part of the Balkans at this point in time. It looks like the Middle East is kind of stalemated at this point. They haven't really expanded after that one initial player died over there. And we have Mouski dying to Kale and Ziad over here.
One thing we often see when it's like a localized stalemate is as one person starts increasing their troops and going towards cap, everybody around them notices what's happening and they also start increasing their troops to cap because everybody realizes and sees their neighbor preparing for war. And so then you can have like a slowdown of expansion as everybody in this localized region slows down and builds up their troops.
That is exactly right. And the nice thing is if you are boated around in other areas, you don't necessarily have to stay. We see Franquito
Yeah.
also. Looks like Alpha wasn't able to kill off Molly. Took an alliance there. He decided to go into Colombia instead, but Franquito is going to come in here and kill Mole instead. We have a
We
Hydro
see a
going out
Hydra.
from
There it
Trainion
is.
to Pyrrha. He
It's
might
a
have
big
gotten.
move. Pyrrha was bigger than Train Me, but with the Hydro on Train Me's side, that changes everything.
That did change a huge amount. Looks like Pyrrha doesn't have the ability to retaliate against that. Train Me had like full 500k troops against that. So it looks like he's going to be able to take a lot of land over here. And Doomsday Clock they have 2 minutes until Doomsday Clock starts rising up. We see a lot of players above that 4%. Well, 3 players above that 4%. A lot of players possible to get into it soon.
Yeah, I've just realized that Uni is almost 3% ahead of the rest of the leaderboard. And because he's spread across 2 geographic continents, he's going to have basically an unlimited supply of opportunities. In terms of big players around Uni, I'm seeing Pierre, I'm seeing Nagy, but he does have a lot of weaker players as well. So Uni is going to have a potential snowball on the west side of this map.
He is everywhere. I just like to point out, he's also in France. He's up here. This guy is
Oh,
everywhere
really?
across the map. Yeah. Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that.
Okay.
We see some action in the Middle East, some nukes coming out. Looks like these guys are going to death war against each other. All this infrastructure dying. It's going to be unfortunate for the third party. They're going to gain a lot from this.
Yeah, those players in the bottom right corner of the map kind of locked in, landlocked kind of, and not much opportunity for them.
Hydro on Tina, and it gets killed by a Sam. That Hydra did not land. Empire of K misplacing, whiffing that Hydro. Very unfortunate. I think he actually took an Alliance instead. It didn't whiff. There's no Sams on the board. He must have took the Alliance then. It must have gotten rid of the Hydro. Over here, we have Franquito. Over here, he got pretty big in the Balkans. We have Alpha over here also. Another Hydro onto Flug. Looks like by Nagi. Looks like Flug went into Nagi. He's going to get eaten up by Uni now after expending that Hydro. He no longer has the opportunity to protect himself. Uni is going to take advantage of that. And we have the Doomsday Clock actually rising up. It's about 1% now. And we have 7 players at 4% or above. And we have 2 players very close to 4%. And a lot of players around that 2.5 to 3% mark.
Yeah, we saw Pierre over in the west take a Hydro as well. And a couple of players moving in on the Crater. Uni hasn't expanded his lead further from Tenor. Tenor's kind of caught up on the east side. Tenor spread between Turkey, the Balkans, and kind of Ukraine, Russia type areas. Tenor sending the Hydro onto Merv, who's down in the Middle East and Egypt. And then Tenor pushes in and lands on, I think it's called Sinai, the bit of land between Egypt and the Middle East. The Sinai Peninsula. A little bit of ball knowledge for you there, Eagle Eye.
We also see, let's see. Like this Kraken Ice player, he is stuck over here. He's got a low position here. He might be able to get in onto Ingsoc here. Looks like a good shot down. We have Fratty taking some land up here in the middle. Uni's continuing his snowball over here in the left side. The Doomsday Clock is rising up. It's at 3.3%. So we see players like Pierre, like Make, like Knocks Out, Egophobic. Kraken Ice is going to fall under. Wally is going to fall under. Fratty will fall. A lot of players. Franquito.
Now, if anyone can make a move to survive this, it's got to be Franquito, right?
It's got to be. He's at 3.8%. He's going to need to start moving. He's not very spread out, but he has the troops and he has a Hydro to be able to make a move on someone. He doesn't have any expiring alliances, so possibly he betrays for it. He betrays for a move.
There's the betrayal. We're not seeing the attack.
He's skipping a Hydro. He might be waiting for that betrayal debuff to happen.
He pushes into Fratty, and then Alpha pushes into Franquito. Franquito has the troops to turn around. He fires the Hydro into Alpha. Is he going to turn into Alpha now and push back? No. It's the end of... Ooh.
He has another
There's a lot of movement there. Another Hydro coming up. Alpha has kind of expended a lot of troops. So is Franquito. We're going to see a lot of falling dominoes in the Balkans area. I expect to see a snowball or a big player take control of that part of the map now that so many of the players there have expended their troops.
And we have Rex. He's flashing into the Doomsday Zone, but he's going to try and take some land from Franquito. He gets that second Hydra goes onto Rex, it looks like. And Tina over here snowballing through the Middle East, through Northern Africa, Egypt area. Very interesting. He's spread out hugely, just like Uni is spread out on this left side.
Yeah, just keep in mind there that we've got Whalefall mixed in with Tina's land. They've got the same skin, so yeah, let's make sure we don't confuse those.
Now, they funnily enough have the same color also, which is very unfortunate. It's very weird how that happens.
Ziad's getting eaten up by Wally. The whole of Italy is just a mess. We got players that have the Doomsday debuff attacking each other with tiny armies. In terms of players above the Doomsday threshold, only 5 players are above that threshold right now, and it's rising.
And if you look at the kill feed over here, we have people who have been focusing on kills. We have Train Me, who's grabbing as many kills as he can. We have Kale, we have Uni, we have Tina. They're all going for kills, it looks like, to try and get those points stacked up. It's a big comeback mechanic. If you're down on points, grab those kills and you can pull ahead.
Yeah, there's entire regions of the map right now where all the players have the Doomsday debuff. So we're going to see a lot of falling players and we're going to see a lot of consolidation.
And it looks like Tina's going to go into whale fall here. He's going to consolidate that right side of the map. Uni is also trying to consolidate this left side. Bane puts out a Spite Hydra right in the middle of him. We have Alpha, who's consolidated this northern portion of the map. He has spread. He is the Germanic Empire at this point. Rex sitting in the Balkans. Now, a lot of this might come down to another eco endgame. However, we do have three players who could potentially snowball through this endgame.
Yeah, and currently those top two are kind of similar sized. Tenor has a 4% land advantage, but Uni has double the amount of gold. Uni with 100 million in gold. So it's nice to see at the moment a two-way kind of competition between first and second place.
Now, one thing that's also interesting with trains is that you can have kind of like an internal economy where you're not feeding gold to the enemy through trade. And so there is that might be helping him pull ahead a little bit. Look at all he has a
Yeah.
huge trade network in Spain and in Africa. And he's strategically keeping some Minos alive also. We've got Baldwin and Lord over here being strategically kept alive in order to make more money. There was a
Alpha with
potential.
the big push
Oh,
into Ultimus Rex.
that's going to be huge. That's a big piece of land also. He went under the Doomsday, so that's why he felt like he needed to make a move. And
He's still underneath.
he's getting hydroed hugely.
Yeah, with those hydros, I don't think he's going to be able to make it out of the Doomsday trenches.
He does have 16 mil still. So people do have to worry about if they attack into him. He's got 10 silos. He's got 16 mil. He might be able to do some. Rex is going to be spite hydroing, sending, and Alpha notices that, and he's going to micro those silos away.
It's got to be done. If you ruin my game, I will spite hydrogen you.
Sure, that is a part of OpenFront. We have Train Me over here, by the way. He's been sitting here with like 40 mil, just waiting for that end game to happen.
Yeah, we got Nessuno down in Tunisia, 3% land control, 75 million gold. And you can see how many of these players they've had the Doomsday debuff for multiple minutes, but they've sat on their gold because even though they're small players at the table, when it comes to bomb time, they're going to make their presence known, and with their hydrogens, they can dictate who wins the game. They're like a bunch of minor nobles at the table. They will have their say.
We see a lot of adaptation going on with these pros. Now that they've been introduced to the Doomsday Clock timer, the lower alliance timers, they're adapting to the meta as it goes along.
We got people removing. There was an atom and a hydro there to clear this. Who's this player controlling those Greek islands? Wicket Man was trying to do some trade pirate maxing, and that player's been removed.
This Nasuno player, he had a couple worships earlier. That's probably what gave him that big eco advantage. He was just able to build up some infrastructure to keep that alive. He's got this Mino right here who's also feeding money into him, as well as Uni.
It's interesting what you said a second ago about keeping players alive for the economy. There's kind of obviously a pros and cons list there of you could remove the player and take the point because you are scored for how many players you eliminate. But at the same time, having a player there who has ports allows your economy to carry on working. Sometimes in late games, you could have 100 ports, but if you're at war with everybody, your ports don't do anything because all the trade's being captured anyway, so the trade ships stop working.
Precisely, and we see Uni. He's fallen under the Doomsday Clock. He did not continue expanding. He needs to keep taking land. He has a ton of gold. He has 200 mil. He might play for that end game where you nuke the enemy into oblivion. He could probably nuke this entire right side of the map. Just being honest with you, with the gold that he has.
Yeah, and I want to see it. I want to see those hydros.
Honestly, we haven't seen as many hydros as we have on other maps yet. It might be due to the length of the map. The size of it is huge.
Yeah, once it starts though, once the cat is out of the bag, it will not go back in the bag. I imagine we're going to see a one player trigger a big hydrogen war, and then players like Uni with the 200 million, they're just going to go to town. They're just going to wipe everybody off the map.
They've got to. I mean, he made the risk reward assessment. He decided that not moving would be more beneficial for his chances to win than moving in the end game.
Only one player with more land than the minimum threshold set by the Doomsday Clock, and that is the player with the crown. Everybody else has the troop DK, and now everybody else is sat on the map, saving their gold. Their economy still works. And Tenor, on the other hand, is sat on 1.84 million troops.
There is a potential scenario where Tenna could be able to rush the map. He could blitz through every player before those hydros land, even. So it will be interesting to see if he chooses to take advantage of that opportunity, or if he tries to play that end game last 2 minutes of the game where he stays above that percentage. He is going to be a big target, though. So he does have to worry about, will people nuke him, or will he be able to rush them faster than they can nuke him?
Yeah, it would be really interesting to see, with even just a 10% attack from Tenor, those attacks are going to completely rush through the neighbors due to their low troop counts. Like you said, would he be able to just speed click everybody as if he was playing an Australia speedrun and just blitz through the map? I'd love to see him try. You'd have one of those situations where an enemy fires a hydro, but then Tenor conquers a local SAM site so fast that the enemy's own SAM site is used to shoot down the enemy's hydro. You see it happen in public games all the time.
That is possible. He does have 28.5% of the map, which means he could do it. His attacks move so fast when you're this big, because attack speed is based off the amount of tiles that you own as a player. This could end very quickly in this end game. Just looking at the players, he could potentially conquer in one click. He has Train Me. He has Ramen over here. He could potentially, he can't one click Planetary, but he could hit through him and hit Wally very quickly. And he also has Kale right here in the bottom. And if he gets the Kale, he could get the Uni very quickly and get across here. The biggest issue is, you can expect him to get Merved. You can expect him to get Merved. It's a question, will that Merv land fast enough? Will it be an instant Merv? Will it take a little longer? We'll see what he decides to do. He has some alliances. They were going to expire, but he let them stay alive. And so it looks like it might be a betrayal endgame that he's looking for. He's just waiting for an opportunity to hit.
Yeah, this is in terms of the games that we've seen recently. There's not many holes in the map. This is the least aggressive late game we've seen in a while. There is a hydro landing on Tenor's eastern land. It came in from the west, from Uni, no, from a pixel inside Uni, from King Baldwin, the king of a few pixels in the Sahara Desert.
We do have a lot of kills on the map also potentially available. If they take the opportunity to get those kill points, that could be the extra difference maker. Like we have Uni has a bunch. He has Bane, he has this King Baldwin player, he has the Lord player. Then Tino over here has the Capsule Core player, which he could take for some easy pixels, some easy wins. Looks like we have Sparkles right here also while he has that available to him. So a lot of points left on the board at this stage of the game. It's a minute left in the game. We got to see them start making their moves now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Tenor having anywhere that's highly built up with a lot of SAM sites. And that's the type of area that would survive the Merv apocalypse if you had, multiple high level SAMs. So if Tenor was to get hit by all the hydros and all the Mervs, I don't think he'd have anywhere that survives,
Now,
which he might want to think about.
One interesting thing, Tina does have a Merv or counter Merv, maybe even a couple Mervs. However, if the enemy doesn't have a lot of troops, the Merv isn't going to do much. So he might be more helped by using his hydros very quickly instead. He's got 15 seconds left in the game. Are these players just going to decide to wait for the end
Multiple
game?
Mervs.
Mervs.
Multiple Mervs there.
This is crazy. Tina jumped. Uni temporarily jumped up, and then Tina jumped back up. And we have a lot of gold. We have all these hydros.
There's
Everyone's just
game.
spending their hydros at once. And Tina was able to squeak out that win there. Nobody moves fast enough. If that happened maybe 30 seconds earlier, that might be made a big difference on who could win this game. But it looks like they were not able to do that, and Tina was able to take the win.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, Uni kept these people alive inside of him. These are points available to him that he just left there on the board. Same thing with Tino over here. He kept this player alive till the end of the game, and they're losing points by not killing those Mitos.
Yeah, it's an equation happening in their heads about economy or points. Is there an argument to be made that they should have kept the economy going?
I mean, in the last minute of the game, not a lot of economy can be made by keeping a Mito alive that long. It's very interesting.
So I'm just watching the end of the game happen again there on your stream delayed, and all of those Mervs landed. But even though the Mervs landed, there was no follow up. Nobody could follow up. Nobody had troops.
Yeah, we see,
and it happened. It happened too late. Too late. Maybe 10 seconds early, and with hydros.
If it's even like 20 seconds earlier, I think a big difference could be made because like Nesuno has 170 mil, KL has 120 mil, Alpha had 40 mil left, Tina had 90 mil, Train Me had 80 mil. Just people didn't use their gold at the end of the game, and they've got to adapt to this. They've got to use their gold a lot earlier to try and take that land percent away from the ground a lot earlier.
That is the end of game number 2. I'm excited to see the stand-ins.
That is. Let's see when they update. Looks like we're waiting for the game to settle in the database. Then we can check the updated standings. Let's see.
I think Tenor played really well to hold on to his lead there all the way through to the end. I am curious as to whether he was sending any pushes in the late game to be able to hold on to land. I'm guessing he was. From the look of the end game screen, it looks like he had a push going through Africa, east to west. And that's all he had to do, really, is, as those Mervs are being fired, 10% clicks on any enemy on his border should have been enough for him to recapture land at the same speed that he was losing land to the bombs.
Now, keep in mind, like these players may not be accurately estimating how much time it takes to create actions. Like Uni Merving at 20 seconds left, you needed more time than that in order for to take advantage of those kinds of Mervs and bomb scenarios. It takes time for nukes to fly across the map. It takes time even to go over to your guy on your border and to betray and hit into him. That takes time also. And so there's seconds that you spend doing all these actions, which if they were done earlier in the game, they'd be able to do. And we have two lakes, one of the biggest maps on the board. Huge opportunity for massive train lines here, with a lot of rivers snaking through. We have some very important trade lanes for warship stealing. We might see some fights happen over controlling these little choke points here. And here we go.
This map not as open, not as connected as the two previous maps. Okay, there are a few river systems, and obviously there's the 2 lakes, 3 lakes in the middle. But this is the type of map where if your neighbors get a little bit too big and they surround you, you might be stuck. So getting access to a river is a must. Getting access to a river, lake, some kind of coastal tile so that you don't get boxed in. Getting boxed in with no coastal access is the death of your early game.
This is very true. We see a lot of players who they spawn near the coast or on a river and they boat it out immediately. That is something that you want to see. You see Ramen over here doing it. We see Stanley. We see Tina. And we see a lot of boats down here. Royal Pug, we have Nagi. They're setting up boats across the map, which is what you need to see on this map, on every map, really, if you want to play competitively.
Let's have a look who we have. We have I'm So Bad and King of the Kings in the northwest corner of the map. We see Jindra repping it for the Czech team, Alpha in the north. We see Sparkles in the north, King Baldwin, who was Pixels in the last game, firing bombs. We got Spaceship next to NVR. Stanley down there, European Federation, cool name. Royal Pug down in the south on the big lake there. Ziad in the bottom right. Cyanosis on the southern edge of the map. Bane in the southwest. A lot of big names, a lot of big plays.
Now we have Doomsday will start to rise in 8 minutes time. We see the people taking eliminations for bots right now at this point. It doesn't really mean much. And it will be interesting to see if we have people try and go for ports, try and take control of these trade lanes on these lakes, or if they just go full out for factories. We see already factories start to be put out onto the board. People investing into their future.
I should do that. Currently in the lead, DMQ, but he's in one of these positions where he's landlocked. One of the reasons he's been able to get so big is because this landlocked position would not have been contested as heavily as a position that gives coastal or lake access. So he's going to have a strong early game, and hopefully he can then snowball that strong early game into taking a neighbor that does have coastal access. And so that way he can kind of leverage his position and grow. But if he doesn't get coastal access, if he stays locked in there whilst his neighbors can secure trade and better opportunities, then he won't be able to hold the crown.
That is correct. He is a long way from the coast at this point in time. It's going to be very tough for him to do so. And similarly, on the left side, we have a player like Mole, who also has lane locked himself, and Capsule Core. So they're going to need to try and make a break for the ocean eventually. We see him building up. He built 2 factories very quickly first. He's getting connected to this train line here. And let's see, do we have any movement on the board? We have
Yeah, top left corner. I'm So Bad fall into Dougie and King of the Kings.
that Dougie did spawn in a corner in a non-coastal area. However, he was able to push towards that very quickly. So that does look good for him.
He's on the crown. Good luck, Dougie. What else do we have? You see any movement, or is everything quiet on the front?
We had Bob the Gamer take out, it looks like, the Copper Bard over here. We had King Baldwin take out Pira. We had Turbo take out Map Gamer. We had Artisan take out the
Nice.
Kitman right there.
Down in the south right now, we've got Planetary Realignment falling to Train Me on his west. And then right next to Planetary is Nia Shiggle, strange name, falling to Ziad coming in from the east. So 2 players back to back, both falling.
That is a domino effect. We see that a lot in these games where players sense weakness on the map and they go into them. And if you're spread out using your boats, you're going to have those opportunities very quickly. Over here, we have Capsule Court, who's attacking to Empire of Ka. He's trying to get that coastal access. He feels like he needs to do that, which he probably does. And he's going to get hit by Pierre, and that might stop him from being able to take that coastal access. Looks like he's going to get cut off. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's able to force an alliance, and he is able to force an alliance with Pierre. However, he did take the alliance with K in order to do that, so he's not going to have coastal access. We have movement
We've
up
got
here.
NVR. NVR in the top right is currently pushing into Space Noob. And then down in the south, we had Sharktopus pushing into Bob the Gamer. We had a lot of movement, but it's slowed down a little bit.
Because this map is so big, I think players are realizing that, they push into a player thinking they can take a big chunk of land. They lose a lot of troops taking that land, and then they feel like they're forced to take an alliance in order to stop that.
Yeah, and there's so much on the line as well. So players are much more likely to ask for an alliance. This isn't an FFA where you can just alt F4 and go and make a sandwich. This is the OFM, Eagle Eye. Did you know? This is the OFM.
This is the OpenFront Masters. No noobs here except for Space Noob up here, who's dying at this moment in time. Now he did go down to 10th place, and looks like he's gonna end up not placing very well on this map either. So his last two games are gonna have to be really good for him to place highly in this tournament. Over here we have Sun Si dying to Train Me.
We got Mole and Dougie teaming up to take out Marco Man. Over on the east, we have DMQ taking out Blur Blitz, but DMQ is still going to be landlocked.
He's still in, like, he's still pretty big too. He has a big opportunity in this game. If he's able to just get to the coast, he could survive this game longer. We have down here in the south, we have Fratty, Wally, and E1 Straight over here. So they are right next to each other. Looks like they have a lot of troops. They're staying high on troops. They're probably scared of each other at this point. And so they're trying to take some land, trying to build up some economy down there. We have nukes flying already. We have King of the Kings going and hitting over here on the right side. In the center of the map, a little random nuke. Possibly they were fighting beforehand. We have Space Noob over here. He has protected himself from dying with this warship right here. And looks like that's not going to be enough because this turbo player is coming in for the kill. He's going to get those points.
We've got B-Bow on an island in the eastern Big Lake, doing a little bit of pirate maxing. Good luck.
He does have a lot of alliances. If he wants to pirate more, he's going to have to break those alliances in order to really get that pirate going. We have Ando over here taking out Mau Mau Island on both sides. He was able to get to him on two different sides. And looks like Lord is going to get nuked by Nagi.
Factories are back, Eagle Eye. Factories are so back.
Factories are back in FFAs for sure. Looks like Stanley's going to be taking out Alpha over there. Alpha ending up dying in this game. Lunas has pretty much no infrastructure. He's probably going to be dying next, and he will. Yes, Stanley and Rex are going to be taking some land from him. And it looks like Jindra is now over here also. He's got a ducky skin on. That's interesting.
Down in the southeast, we had Bob the Gamer land a Hydro on Sharktopus and then push in some troops. The attack has slowed. Bob sent the second Hydro. That's going to clear a lot of land, and Bob the Gamer is going to move in. But he does have to be careful of Ziad above him and geographic edits to his left.
It looks like this player, Geographic Edits and Arasaka, got nuked, and Train Me is going to go into E1 Straight right here. And into Geographic Edits. He's going to attack two people at the same time. Very risky move, but it could work out in the end. We have the Doomsday Clock. In 1 minute, it's going to start rising. We have a lot of players above 4%, actually. This is unlike the other maps. We have a lot of safe players here. Cape, looks like he betrayed full scent, so he's going to get eaten up by all his neighbors.
You know how I talked about those localized build-ups? That's exactly what's happened with DMQ in the east. So somehow he's got the crown. He carried on growing. Still no coastal access, so well played. But now everybody on his border is sat on max cap troops because they don't want to be next, right? So everybody's going to build up around DMQ. And DMQ is going to have to make one big push, possibly a betrayal, for him to escape this cage that they've made.
Now, if he had ports, this is one difference between ports and trains, right? In this scenario, he has factories and he's feeding economy to his neighbors also. Well, if he had ports, he could be training across the map and being allied to the players next to him. But in this scenario, he cannot build economy unless he also feeds his potential future enemy.
Yeah, he kind of needs his enemies in a way, which is strange.
It's a very big conundrum he has right there. Dougie securing that top left corner. We have Patnick securing the bottom left. We have Zia securing the bottom right. And we have Sparkles, who's building up the top right now. King Baldwin getting a big piece of land across this northern edge of the map. And we have a Merv go
Merv.
out on Train Me, the first Merv of the game, very quickly. It's 10 minutes in. We have a
Where
Merv.
did that come from, do you think?
I'm not certain. We could.
I didn't see it fly on the map, so maybe I don't know where that came from.
Oh, I think my replay tool is frozen a bit. I'll give it 1 second. There we go.
That's
So
okay.
we're
Is
about
it
to see
working?
this. Yeah, it's working. We're about to see this. The Merv's going to come out soon. It's by Nagi. This Nagi player looks like he Merv'd Train Me. So very interesting. We have some Hydros. We have Whalefall Hydroing Ziad to try and make a big push into him. We have a Hydro on the left side. It looks like near Mole. Potnik grabbing a bunch of this land. He's taking out Friday over here, grabbing some extra land in the middle.
King Baldwin with the crown, a player that we've not seen hold the crown in any of the games so far, at least the games today. Pretty excited to see a name that I'm not too familiar with hold the crown and try and play to win.
He did do well in, I believe, one of the minors. He did very well in that he participated in. So just good to see him here. We have, looks like Ziad is falling under. We have the Doomsday Clock. It's about to hit 4%. If we look at the map, we have players like Dan, who is losing land slowly. We have another Merv onto Dougie. We got a Merv onto Dougie. Looks like he got, he's not going to be eliminated, but he is going to be weakened. And King Baldwin is going to be taking that nuke land there. We have Rex taking out Melee. He's got a betrayal debuff, some free land on the board at that point. Whalefall took over this bottom right side of the map. Very good job by him for seeing that opportunity. DMQ, we talked about it. He's stun locked. He's stun locked in this in this right side here because he doesn't have any access. He's just building up economy, but he's helping his enemies at the same time. We have Mole and Dan. Looks like Dougie is going to be killed by Rex. It looks like one Hydro comes out, but it's not going to be enough to stop this push.
Mole with 500k pushing into Rex, but the Hydros are going to land on Mole and it's going to hurt. It's going to really hurt.
It's going to hurt big time. It was Stanley making some big moves also in this middle. Looks like he's attacking into this Wally player. And Nagi. He looks like he's attacking to Nagi.
This is already a lot more bombs than I think we saw up until the last minute of the last game.
For certain it is. People are seeing some opportunities to snowball. They're moving faster than they did before. Looks like Anto is going to be taking out this bottom part with Stanley. Sparkles took this middle position. He was in the top right corner, but he did take a middle position. And Dougie full sent, and he's out of troops. So it looks like it's going to be the death of him. Now we have DMQ. Because he was stun locked, he's going to fall into Doomsday. He wasn't able to see an opportunity to make a move. He's going to need to make a move soon. He doesn't have any alliances coming up either. So you may see him just sit into the end game with some gold.
Whalefall with the crown, 6% ahead of second place. However, second place does have twice as much gold. In terms of gold, we've got Wally and King Baldwin sat on 40 million. All the way down in seventh place, Stanley has 65 million. Ninth place, Anto has 55 million. So a lot of the players that aren't necessarily in a position to try and win the game, at least from the perspective of land, they have money. And Anto's fired a Merv. Anto, before he falls there, is fired a Merv, probably onto Sparkles. That lands. So much money. Some of these players that aren't even in the top 10, they got so much money.
These pro players, they know how to set up their networks very well. You can see, DMQ betrayed to make a move, but it looks like he's going to get eaten up before he can actually do anything. That's going to be the end of him. And Whalefall is going to try and go through NVR. He immediately bordered NVR. He's going to hit through there. He's going to get 25%. More Hydras coming out all the place. People are trying to hit Whalefall. Looks like Whalefall might snowball through this. They're going to need to start nuking him hugely if they want to make a big difference on this. You can see Stanley was super rich. One of the reasons he's super rich is he's spread across the map. And when you have a lot of trains and you're spread across the map like this, you make a lot of money. Wally over here taking over this middle position from Sparkles. We have a lot of big moves happening. Aki is just getting, peppered with hydras on this left side. He's going to take out Mole. We have Patnek. Patnek's just been sitting in this corner, kind of just playing it safe. With big movement over here,
Yeah.
NVR is going to get killed by Wally too. Spraying across the map, just like we said before. And our Bebo player, by the way, has a 9-stack Sam, so he's still doing his job. However, his warships have 1 HP, so that's going to be unfortunate for him. NVR getting killed off the map very soon. And Doomsday is taken up to 16%. It's at roughly 12% now, and we have 4 players who are above that 12% map. We have Aki and Baldwin. They are very close to 16%. There is nuke land near both of them, so they could both rise above it if they take some nuke land.
Yeah, it's a final 4 for the showdown in terms of players that are going to have some troop regen.
Now, keep in mind, Potnik has 38 mil and Stanley has 93 mil still. Aki looks like he betrayed to take land. It looks like he's going to attack into Wally, one of the big players, and he gets counter-moved for it. He could have just taken some nuke land and stayed alive, but he went for a big push and it did not work out due to the economy on the map. And Baldwin's going to take advantage of that in a big manner. He's going to get a lot of land from this.
Yeah,
Whalefall
that puts Baldwin back into a pretty strong position.
Now people got to watch out. This Whalefall over here has 1.6 million troops.
Now, Stanley JJ, 100 million gold.
Stanley could be playing Kingmaker here. He could decide who does he want to kill, or he's just acting as a hedgehog. Maybe he's playing for the end game to try and get above that threshold amount.
Wally's going to take out Paternek and hopefully grab the rest of Paternek's money. If he can find those last pixels, he can take the 25 million cash and keep it for himself.
We've Rex still alive over here with 13 mil. We've Aki still barely staying alive. And we have a lot of players who have just pixels around the map. These are free kills everywhere around the map. We can click through here and see. There's a lot. Now, I wonder if they'll make that same mistake they did last game where they keep their players alive for too long into the end game.
Interesting to see the end game boil down to a 3-way tie. Two players on 27% land control and the first place with 32. Wally has sent a wave of hydros onto Whalefall.
This is huge. They're trying for a big hydro push, and that betrayal is going to let Whalefall hit into Wally very easily. Wally cancels that attack. Whalefall is low on troops. Baldwin could be a good opportunity for Baldwin to make a move. Let's see if he actually does. If he doesn't make a move, he's going to give the game to Whalefall. He needs to move now if he wants to take this game away from Whalefall.
He does. He needs to make a move. That push that was initiated by Wally, but Whalefall took advantage of the situation. A player like Stanley, a player like King Baldwin, this is the moment.
Is he going to do it? Whale has fallen below that threshold. He's going to start losing troops if he doesn't expend it now. But Baldwin's not making a move. He's just sitting there. He's got 90 mil. Wally only has 70 mil. He could potentially, I think there might be a Merv money on the board still. Stanley at least has one. But he could expend a lot of hydros and make a big push into Whalefall. And he's just not. He's sitting there, leaving the game into Whalefall's hands. Whalefall has double the max cap. That was the opportunity. He was low on troops. Looks like he's going to
definitely.
He's opting to take nuke land instead. This is not an OpenFront Masters move, let me tell you.
Oh, the ultimate disrespect. Oh, gosh. If King Baldwin wins this game, you're going to have to eat your words, Eagle Eye.
I will gladly eat my words. I hope that they can pull this game out, but it looks like Whalefall has just snowballed so much into here. I don't know if it's going to be possible.
You never know what happens, Eagle Eye, in the late game Merv madness. You just don't know which way the bottle will settle after being spun.
This is true. Oh, I do know, however, that the Doomsday Clock is going to start ticking up. And right now it's going up to, it's at 26% in a couple. And we have a Merv on the board by Whalefall. He's going to make that move onto King Baldwin. King Baldwin lost his opportunity to actually.
And onto Wally. He sent the attack on both of them and then into Stanley.
He's rushing.
And it's cleanup time.
It's
It's cleanup time, baby.
it's GG's domination by Whalefall. Excellent moves in that end game to be able to stop that them from being able to react. It's a very good cleanup by Whalefall. There was a
Yeah.
big opportunity, a very critical moment in that game where King Baldwin could have taken the game away from Whalefall, or at least equalized the game. But it looks like he didn't take that move, and Whalefall saw that and he capitalized on it, and he was able to win the game through domination. Very good job on that front.
Here we go, guys. This is where it gets a little bit higher, it's higher stakes, a bit more tense.
This is North America map. So this is scaled towards 60 players, picking slightly smaller maps on this front, more like medium-sized maps.
Great map. Good interconnectivity, although the interconnectivity is mostly split east and west, with most of the rivers flowing east or west. Obviously, you can wrap around the south through the Panama Canal, and you can wrap around the north. Pretty good map. What's a good spawn on a map like this, Eagle Eye?
A good spawn. So there's pretty much three different mindsets on this map. There is the Alaska spawn right in the corner. You can probably, it's kind of like an off spawn. There's the Greenland spawn. It's pretty protected. You might get a trading partner to be able to make money with there. But ideally, just like in all FFAs, spawning in the middle is the best. This river system, the Mississippi River system, as we know, one of the greatest in the world, it allows you to boat into a lot of people and nations and just spread out very well along this river system here. And so I would suggest anywhere along the Mississippi is a great place to spawn. We have a competing river system up here in the north in Canada, which could also potentially be good if you're able to get across. You can connect to both this left side up here in the north and this right side in the Hudson Bay if you spawn somewhere near here.
Incredible. Incredible. The bot phase is underway. The game is on the way, and we are excited to see how this goes. Currently in the lead, although it doesn't really mean much. Currently in the lead is Ziad. He took the Greenland spawn. Pretty safe spawn. You see a lot of public FFAs be dominated by someone that starts up there. Eagle Eye, did you know there's a river in North America that splits into two rivers, and one flows into the Pacific and one flows into the Atlantic? Did you know that?
I did know that. I did.
That's crazy. And that's in America.
It did. America has a very wide range of geographic locations. It's a huge place. People, I
It's
saw
a
a lot
big
of
place.
Europeans coming in here for the World Cup, and they were just kind of shocked at just the scale of America. And it's very true. It's huge.
Yeah. Going to call out some locations, although I'm not going to be too specific. Over in the top left corner of the map, we've got big players: DMQ, King Baldwin, Wally, Anto in the north, Ziad on Greenland, Royal Pug on the eastern seaboard, next to Rex, next to Nagy, next to Whalefall, next to Raccoon, down in the south. You know what? The south, not as densely packed, and you can see a lot of nations alive in the south.
I actually
That's going to
three.
be
Yeah,
that's
there's
going to be good for players to expand and hopefully take a lot of land.
Guyana, Venezuela, Panama, Cuba. They all exist down here, and some good opportunities for Cyanosis and Wicked Man, and maybe King of
Yeah,
Kings to take that.
yeah, really good opportunities. And sometimes when it comes to the spawn phase, uh, you have to keep your eyes peeled because sometimes through random chance, an area will open up and nobody's picked the area, right? And if you notice that area and you pick it, you can have an amazing snowball.
Very true. That's probably what's happening down here in South America. We'll see if someone's able to consolidate that quickly. We have over here, we have Greenland nation getting eaten up over here. Now on this left side, we do have Patnek, Dandan, Millie, Ingsock, Bob the Gamer, DMQ, picking out that Alaska spawn. They have to be careful not to get stun locked out of the game. Even though they're on a coastal area, they are far away from any potential expansion routes. And we have a very dense America, very dense, you know, USA and Canada location. Looks like we have a Virginia nation. Looks like Nagi's going to be able to take that nation out right now. We have Vari up here. We have Wally. We have Wants Trade. We have Whalefall. We have Tina.
Still got two nations up in South America. Interesting. And I think Cyanosis must have made a rush to take those nations, and now he's been removed from the game. King of Kings has taken over his land, and so has Raccoon, and so has Wicketman.
Yeah,
And
looks.
Cyanosis had what was probably an amazing opportunity, and it's been squandered.
I think he might have spawned on this little island and didn't get enough land in order to just take out these nations. And King Kings came in, third partied it, and is going to sweep this up. So he's going to get that South America position very safely. We do have Bane on Hawaii. That is an interesting choice. He's in Alaska and he boated down there very quickly into Hawaii. He's going to probably protect it with a warship if he can. We have in Canada, we're having some I'm 2-0 getting killed. We have Stanley getting killed by Alpha over here. Imperial Romanum taking over here. We have Greenland split up between Flug, Prefers, Zihad, Cheese Maxi, and Train Me. A little bit of Pierre also near that area. These people on the edge of the map, they're not going to have as good train lines. However, these people in the middle, they're going to be making ooga booga bucks. They're going to make a lot of money here. You can see this train line by Tina is very rich. Same thing over here. All these trains running through all these cities. Going to be very good. And Alpha looks like it's going to be taking some expansion. Looks like Rex is going to be hitting into Raccoon down here on the east coast of America. On this west coast, we have Dougie hitting into Luna. He's going to be able to expand onto that left. He has access to the river on, I think, all sides of America now.
Ingsoc has landed on Dougie through a river system, and now Dougie's on the back foot in that situation. Dougie's low on troops, Lunas is low on troops.
Very interesting. They might try and force an alliance up just to recover from that. We have Raccoon getting eliminated down here in Cuba.
Bane and Patanek are having a go at each other's throats down on on the far left side of the map, on the top left. We've got NVR landing on King of Kings in Central America. A few kind of mid-game plays are being made, and these mid-game plays, it's usually, one-on-one player, not many bombs. But what can often happen, which is really bad, is the third party joins and then conquers both. You got to be careful with these early game engagements. You don't want to take an engagement that you aren't sure that you're going to win, because you'll likely just deplete all of your troops and get killed by somebody else.
Yeah, it looks like DMQ full sent into Bob the Gamer, and that might end up killing him if someone's able to third party him at any point. He's getting nuked by Bob the Gamer. He looks like he should have taken that out before he attacked into it, but he did not, and that's gonna do some big damage to him. We have Vari snowballing through these islands a little bit. He's got 7.5% on the map. The Doomsday Clock hasn't started ticking up. That starts in 3 minutes, and it looks like we have 7 players so far above 4%. So having 60 players on the map, there's a lot more leeway to get a little extra percentage of land at the very beginning of the game.
We got some of the OFM guys asking you to disable skins to improve the quality of the picture, I think.
I can do that. Oop.
Just for the viewers at home, all 1,200 of them. We care about you guys.
We do. We do have some color issues here also, but we did do colorblind mode, so this is like the closest we can get without changing OpenFront's code itself. We have this prefers player eating up the right side of Greenland.
Who is this, Eagle Eye? Is this one of your haters or one of your fans?
It could be either or. I have a lot of lovers, if you know what I mean.
Haters are just fans in denial.
Very true. Call Me Look over here is going to get eaten up by Alpha. Vari is continuing his snowball. 8.8%, 8.9%. Taking a lot of this Canada land. He is the
some big players. Big players kind of forming on the eastern side of the map. The top 3 players, I would say, are on the eastern third of the map. And then places like Alaska, not very centralized right now. Lots of weak players. Places like Central America, down in the south, also quite weak, quite fragmented. And then in the middle of the USA, around those lakes and rivers, there's a few smaller players as well.
Looks like Tina is going to get double atom bomb by Rex. What if there's an opportunity? Looks like there is a small opportunity to take some land down here, some cities. So he is doing that. Yeah, this Alaska spawn, if you get stun locked, it's pretty bad. You have to make sure you boat out very quickly, which is something like Inksock Dig, who was able to get out to the edge. But these players in the back were not able to get out and get some position somewhere else. Potnick won that battle against Bane. But keep in mind, Bane is alive in Hawaii. That might prove to be a future pain in the butt for Potnick. And we have some boats coming up. Looks like Rex and Ziad are fighting. Both Imperium and Ultimus Rex are trying to get onto Greenland through Ziad, and they might be able to do it. So
Yeah,
Trainee
those
got
invasion boats are neck to neck there, racing each other.
They are. It looks like they might land. Rex is sitting on max troops. Imperium sitting on max troops. Who's going to be able
Oh,
to
they're
take this
definitely
land?
landing. They're definitely landing. Ziad with no ports and
And
no warships.
that does land. He does attack into it. Ziad betray full sends the prefers player here. Interesting choice. He probably was not so happy about him taking all this land behind him. And that's going to leave Rex with a good foothold on this area. Keep in mind, Rex doesn't have an alliance with Cheese Maxing. He could go through him. However, there is a Hydro on the board by Cheese Max. And this
Rex is sat on a lot of troops. He's got 500k in that push, not even enough space in his troop capacity to store those troops. He is, I would guess, about to attack somebody else.
He might just be safe and let that. Yeah, he did play it safe and just let those troops die out. Now, keep in mind, this Greenland area, it's all mountains. It takes forever to take this land. So if you expect to rush a player of this size, expect not to happen. And looks like Train is going to do a Spite Hydro on Cheese Maxing. Very unfortunate for him. Imperial Romanum was able to come up here and take out a big portion of these islands. Vari also getting Hydro down here, and his land is going to get eaten up by Dougie in America and wants trade.
We
Looks
see
like
Alpha pushing south into Ramen around the rivers of the eastern seaboard area.
that is true. Now, Ramen does have a Hydro. However, if he has such a huge alliance network, if he Hydros anything around here, he's probably going to get a betrayal debuff. And you see
Yeah.
him go for a little bit of
Yeah.
a little bit of a hit, try to get as much of
That was
Alpha as
probably
possible.
the only spot he could hit, right, without taking those debuffs.
Absolutely. So this is unfortunate positioning for Ramen. He did take too many alliances to allow that to happen.
Doomsday Clock is settling now at 4%. A lot of players around the 10th to 15th position on the board will now be having the Doomsday debuff effects. A player like Wants Trade, who's in the north there next to Vari, he is pretty big on the board, but he is 0.2%, 0.3% away from being in the clear, and he needs to make a move. Now, that Hydro landing on Baldwin, that gives him options. He needs to boat onto that irradiated wasteland. He needs to attack something now. That is the Wants Trade player. He has opportunities to get out of the debuff, but he's not taking them.
He sees it. He finally just boated onto there. He's going to try and take a little bit of that land. He needed to do that move a little bit earlier. He's going to start reducing troops right now. And the Doomsday Clock is already ticking up again.
Yeah,
So
it's too late.
Oh, no, it looks like Alpha just got completely destroyed from the map. He got erased.
Oof.
Big infrastructure getting killed by Rex. We have Fratties going into Doomsday also. We have Map Gamer, Aki, Fratty, NVR, Wicket Man. All these players are going into Doomsday right now. Krakenias, Inksock. Millie was going into Doomsday, but he managed to get ahead and he managed to get out of Doomsday. DMQ ended up dying. Baldwin's going to be in Doomsday now. A lot of players are in Doomsday. That's at 60% right
I
now.
didn't notice, but Imperium Romanum is kind of wrapped around the top right corner of the map and has put himself in a very strong position, first on the board, with the most money as well.
This is a very good position that Romanum is in right now. Any one hydrogen does very small amount of damage to him too because of all the island and how spread out he is. He's going to take all this nuke land up here in the middle also. And it looks like Tina tried to nuke himself, but that Dougie Sam was able to stop that nuke. We see another Hydro onto Cheese Max, and that's the second Hydro he's eaten so far.
Imperium and Ultimus Rex kind of sharing so many borders on so many different parts of the map. Those two are probably going to see conflict soon.
I would
And
expect
then
that to
on
be
the
the
other side of
case.
the map, we've got big players like Dougie in the middle, and we've got Vary in the top center of the map as well.
We have a betrayal by Millie to Hydro into Baldwin. Looks like he took the opportunity to do that because he was going to go into Doomsday. And he's doing a big attack into that. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. We have Vari over here climbing out of the Doomsday. It's going to start taking up again in about 20 seconds. They're going to just start making their moves.
It takes
Doggy's
so long at the start of the game for the Doomsday to kick in, and it feels like there's a lot of time. But once it starts ticking away, it really kind of, before you know it, there's only a few players that don't have the debuff. It really ramps up. We saw Romanum there take down Cheese Maxin. He's taken a Hydro. After that attack finishes, he's going to be sat on around 400 to 500k troops. Where's he currently got on attack? I don't see where that is. But Romanum needs to be careful of Rex. Rex has full sent something, and these troops came back. These two players need to be careful of each other because they're right next to each other. They're wrapped around each other.
the gold is starting to stack up. We have 40 mil on Vari. We have 46 on Millie. On NVR, sorry. 15 on Millie. Freddy has 20. Eve wants 30 mil. So a lot of gold starting to be on the board. We'll see if people start to make moves. We have a lot of infrastructure down here by Wicked Man.
We're rising now up to 16%. And there's only 2 players that will not have the Doomsday debuff. However, if Rex doesn't make a move, soon he's going to have the Doomsday debuff as well. So right now he has more troops than Romanum, but Romanum has more land. There's a Merv there that just landed on Map Gamer. I'm not sure who fired it, but Dougie is sending in the invasion. Map Gamer's trying to respond with Hydros, but they're getting shot down. This one might land.
It does land. Ducky is in the Doomsday right now. He's sitting at 11%. Doomsday is climbing up to 16. And Rex actually fell under the Doomsday. He's at 15.1%. Looks like Romanum's going to be the last one standing above Doomsday.
Are we going to see a Rex masterclass?
Will he be able to come back? Will Dougie be able to? It could be a Dougie masterclass. He's got 40 mil still.
Dougie masterclass, JR masterclass.
Could be an NVR masterclass. He's got 70 mil sitting in the middle of the map here. You see these people trying to boat over into Iceland. You have the Pierre player sitting here, just kind of existing. Look at Man and King Kings.
Like in the other games, a lot of pixel players on the board. These are points, guys. All points count, and these points will help you potentially win the tournament and get that juicy plutonium.
We have a Hydro onto Imperium from Look at Man, it looks like, all the way to the top side, and a Merv on them. So Rex betraying, Merving and Romanum, Hydro going on to Romanum. He lost all his troops. Does Romanum have the silos to be able to start retaliating?
Romanum has 2 silos. I don't see those Hydros are coming in from the south of the map.
They are, and Imperium ended up allying Romanum. We see Bane and Wicked Man both sending. This Bane Hydro across the map is questionable. Highly questionable, actually.
Yeah, a couple of Hydros there. One came in from Bane, one came in from King of the House. Pretty odd Hydros.
King the King's getting Hydroed. We don't have
everybody
a lot
below.
Of here.
Everybody below the Doomsday threshold, so only the Crown is going to have troop regen.
Yeah, you know what it was? Rex ended up taking the crown for troop regen, and so he got hydroed in response. We have the players actually looking at using their hydros effectively, where before we just saw them not use it on the crown. They did that in order to keep the crown away from the threshold. We have Dougie. He's sitting at 15.1%. He could very quickly get above 16%. This is anyone's game so far. Right now, Rex is the
NVR with
only
the
one.
110. 110 mil on NVR.
That is a crazy amount of gold. He does have to worry about Dougie on his border. That's his main problem there.
I think
What?
this could devolve into a pass the parcel game of hydrogen bombs because your top three players are within 3% of each other. And we all know a hydrogen can clear about 5%, up to 5%. And so we're going to probably. I'm gonna gamble here. We're probably gonna see an end game of hydrogen bombing the member with the crown and hoping that you take the crown before somebody else bombs you.
There's going to be at least, it looks like 2 Mervs on the map. I think there's a Merv down here, and there was a Merv on Imperium. So only 2 Mervs have happened so far. That's a lot of people with Mervs available. And we see another cross the map Hydro from Bane onto the crown. Very interesting choice by him. We'll see Fratty right here. He's got 60 mil. Inksock sitting on 20 mil. King Baldwin staying in the game, sitting on 20 mil. Also, there's a lot of hydrogen bombs everywhere on the map. We could see a lot of change in this last few minutes of the game. There's 4 minutes left in the game. Only the crown has the regen at this point in time. The question
Is this one of the more kind of spread and kind of, there's no clear, obviously Rex has the crown here, but there's a lot of players on 15-10% land map control. This is a very decentralized endgame.
I feel like anyone like Millie, Romanum, Very, Dougie, and VR are all in this game to win at this point in time. I don't think it's anyone's game at all. It is very up in the air, and we'll see if people start using their hydras soon. That could change very quickly.
Hopefully they don't use them too late, though. I think, in one of the previous games, those hydros got sent with 10 seconds left. That's not enough time to really see the effects.
There is not. They've got to start. 2 minutes in, they got to start peppering, and then by a minute in, they've got to use up a lot of their gold. And maybe 30 seconds left, they should be using the last of their gold if they want to be able to take advantage of the change in percentages and the crown change.
And you can see all those defense posts popping up, all those missile silos popping up. We see a hydro from Wicketman onto Dougie.
It's actually hitting these Mitos right here, King Baldwin and Inksock.
Maybe trying to score some points there for Wicketman.
I think he's looking at reducing the economy on the board.
Right, okay. At some point, somebody hit Bane, and there's a couple of invasion boats on the way to Bane's Hawaiian paradise.
Yes, I think Rex decided to go ahead and nuke those away. He keeps trying to rebuild, get some, because Bane was just hydroing from across the map onto the crown. It's a very unfortunate circumstance to have happen. You could probably eliminate Bane with like 2 hydros, honestly, but that's a risk reward thing to have happen. Looks like Rex built up. He's using his gold to build up some SAM sites. Romanum is sitting at 500k troops, actually, a max, 500k max. We don't see a lot of city buildup. We see NVR building up some cities. So he's got 100k troops because he built up so many cities up in here middle. And so he actually has a lot of troops to deal with compared to like Fratty's at 36. He's only got 60k. Unironically, city maxing might help when you're in Doomsday. Just stay above like a certain threshold.
Yeah. So right now, if I was Rex, I'd be taking those irradiated wastelands. I don't see him doing that. Is he maybe saved? So, like, let's say he can take an extra 10% from taking the irradiated wasteland. Is he saving that as like a reserve for when this end game moment happens? I don't know, like, why isn't he taking that land
It's
if he knows
possible.
that soon people are going to bomb him and reduce his land?
He could maybe want to make the other people, more valuable targets per se. If he's only above by a little amount, the players might be thinking of nuking, other players near them, for example. We've got
Okay.
35 seconds left in the map. Let's see if anything happens.
So Rex is potentially doing the opposite of peacocking.
Yes, it could be playing it humble. We see some
Yeah.
nukes coming out already. We've got 20 seconds left. Some nukes have started.
Here we go.
Nukes are flying across the map. We
2
got a double
mercs.
merv coming out onto Rex. We got Millie getting completely hydroed off the map. There's only 10 seconds left. These
Crown
hydros
onto
need to land.
NVR, crown onto Dougie, crown onto Vary, crown on Vary. There's crown onto NVR, crown onto Vary.
Huge. Oh, and it looks like the game ends with Vari in the lead. Vari won this game from he had all these little tiny islands. People didn't anticipate that's a lot of land. And he didn't eat, he ate one hydro, kind of like Ancillary right there. And he ended up winning the game with that last second hydro rush. Looks like everyone tried to get hydroed off the map. Some people still left. Vari left with 100 million gold. There was more room for Vari to extend his lead. And he just didn't need to do that. He was able to just stay out of the chaos and win the game. Dougie also sitting on 15 mil. That is a lot of gold that he could have used to potentially get in the lead. But yeah, huge. NVR with 40 mil over here, ETH with 60. So they did expend their nukes as much as possible in the end. But because they didn't start, close enough to a minute, they started at like 30 seconds. There just wasn't enough time to select targets. Very good job by Very keeping out of the chaos and staying in the winning position in the game. GG's everyone.
GG's. Wow.
And here we go. Now, this map, spawning position-wise, it is a lot more equal. I feel like as long as you don't spawn on Iceland, you have a big opportunity to win on pretty much any position in Europe. We do see a player spawning in Iceland, this Capsule Corp player. So it's going to be an unfortunate game in his regard. We do have a player, Lord, over here being solo in Britain, so that's going to be a nice little island position for him here. It is a 60-player FFA OpenFront Masters final game of the major tournament. We'll see at the end of this game who wins overall.
The winner of this game doesn't necessarily win the tournament. It's based on points. So do keep an eye on the standings leaderboard, guys at home, to see who needs what.
And here we go. So over here in the bottom left, we have players like Knoxout and Lunas in I'm2O. We have Raccoon. We have coming over to Egypt. We have European Federation. In Middle East, we have this Call Me player. We also have Train Me in Anatolia. We have Bane in Anatolia. We have Ziad and Wally and Flug all sitting here. We have Uni in Russia, Empire of Kai. We have Dougie. We got Sharktopus. We got Baldwin. We got Patnick. We got Turbo, Cyanosis, Royal Pug, Pierre, Millie. We have all the big players in the game sitting here. We got
Dougie. We got Turbo. Who else have you not mentioned? Did you say Ziad? We got Ziad. You got to mention Ziad.
We got MVR. We got Alpha. We got Fratty, Tina, Whalefall, Nide. We have anyone who's anyone is in this game right now.
Everybody. Have you named Vary, the winner of last game?
Vari, we have now named Vari.
We got Vary.
We got Nagi.
We got DMQ,
Stanley,
who was famously landlocked in that previous game on the eastern side of, I think it was Two Lakes. This time he's got a river, but he's got two nations attacking him, which is the worst thing that can happen in a game like this.
That is unfortunate. He's going to be really low on troops. He might end up getting killed pretty early on, even though he has river access now. We have Aki. We have Ultimus Rex. We have Ramen. And it looks like, and this Great Britain has a lot of potential opportunity for expansion into nations. This capsule core took over Iceland. Looks like he's keeping that Iceland nation alive. Maybe he wants to farm some cities from him potentially. Got some big movement going on. We have Kale over here hitting into Sweden, or Sweden as they say.
Sweden, yes. Bob the Gamer currently with the crown up in Finland and the top edge of Scandinavia. Cyanosis to his east. Lots of nations still in the game. And I love this map for how the nations are obviously like named after where they're supposed to be. It's pretty cool. It's pretty damn cool.
That is very cool. We have Lunas, who has taken a big part of Africa, as he has taken Georgia. Is getting hit into by Uni right now. A huge attack by Uni going into Ziad. We have up here Royal Pug's getting eaten up. Looks like this nation's also getting eaten up here. Alpha taking out Royal Pug. NVR pivoting from Royal Pug onto Alpha, maybe trying to take some land there. It's a 100k attack, pretty big. We have Potnek. Potnek, I'm seeing a pattern of Potnek in the corner. He's our little corner player right there. And it looks like Planetary was able to. Planetary's not only in France, he's up here in Scotland also. So French and Scottish alliance happening there. Cheese Maxing taking out Wicked Man. They had a betrayal debuff. He's getting killed over there.
DMQ there fall into Anto and Krakenias. Rest in peace, DMQ. He's going to be out of the game. A few more players have fallen. Tina's fallen to only 0.8%. Whale falls on 1%, tucked into the Italian Alps.
So these players are going to have a tough time trying to make their way into this game. We have this player. We have this player Cacho attack and die. Unfortunately, maybe he doesn't understand. The other players are not seeing this, so he might have threatened to attack and die, but that's not going to happen. And it looks like Aki's going to be able to take that over. He did land on top of Sicily. We have this unknown player right here in the middle, making up a good train network here. Capsule Core staying safe in Iceland. He's going to play for points up there, it looks like.
Bane currently in second place, and Bane is one of those big name players that I don't think we've seen do that much in today's games. No disrespect on Bane's name. Bane is a top level player, but we've not seen anything crazy from Bane today.
We haven't seen him do much. Maybe he will pull something up in this game right here. It looks like Romanum is hitting into Bane at this point in time, along with maybe Uni, possibly Uni. We'll see if anything happens in that regard. Up here in Russia, it's very spread out in Russia. A lot of different players here. NVR is going to be making a move on Turbo, actually.
Rest in peace, Turbo. That's my boy.
Turbo's getting hit by Cyanosis and Bob the Gamer. Rest in peace him. There's some islands here. Doug actually going into Bob the Gamer as a response to that. And Pierre is going to be attacking NVR. So you see this domino effect happening where a player will attack into another player and they just get eaten up from a third party.
We've got Kale moving into Bibau in the Baltic area. We've got Aki moving into geographic edits from kind of Germany into the Poland area.
It's like Kale is going to get that land taken away by Alpha. Bibau is just barely staying alive there.
We've got planetary realignment fall into your rival who doesn't like you, Equalize. Got another defamatory name based on you.
I know who that is now. I know who that is.
Okay.
He is a fan. He's a big fan. He's a big fan.
He's a big fan.
He's not a hater. Yeah. Very funny.
Cyanosis falling in the top right to NVR, and NVR's got 300k in that push. There's nothing you can do about that.
That is huge. He's staying on troop regen with that push too, so he's gonna have a lot of troops for whoever tries to attack him or his next attack. He's overcapped due to just how many troops he has stacked up in that attack. We have Colmy, who's consolidated that bottom right. We got our first nuke, I think, on the map. Cheese Maxon getting hit. Looks like by Whalefall is a spite nuke. So Whalefall might be getting his game ended right here, potentially. We do have a planetary who's now just a tiny little island guy. I forgot what the name of these islands are. Are they the Orkney Islands, possibly? I don't know. Uh, but there are some islands right there that he is left on top of. Doomsday
Yeah,
Clock
one of
has
those one of those is Shetland, one of those is Orkney. Sorry, please carry on.
got it. All right, so I was half right. Perfect. Which means
Yeah.
I'm fully right. We Doomsday Clock
Yeah.
is gonna start ticking up in about 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes. So we have some time. We have a lot of players up above 4% in this game, and a lot of players possibly able to get above 4%. We have Kale getting eaten up over here by, it looks like Pierre and Rex. Geographic Edix sitting in this little Prussian Sweden position, Gotland. He gets nuked, and Alpha goes into him. 230k attack. Bebao sitting here. He's got a port and a silo, and looks like Anto is going to try and get some points there with that kill. Alpha is being smart and nuking that silo there before it gets out, and Geographic's going to respond by building some warships. So going to try and maintain his land in Sweden. We have Aki coming in on Pierre. Big attack, 375k on Pierre. Unstoppable attack from Pierre's perspective. I wonder, is he trying to break that up? He might be trying to stop the attack, but unfortunately for him, there's a river right there. That attack's going to continue through. We have a hydro go out in the middle of the Balkans. Looks like whoever was there just got erased
Yeah,
from the
it came
map.
in from Cyprus and it landed in between Nagy and Ramen, landed on both of them.
A very interesting play there. All that nucleon is going to get eaten up very quickly.
We see movement in Central Europe. Aki moving into geographic edits, and Alpha's going to join in there, do a little bit of Piranha work. The player like Lunis, you see in the African coastline in the early game, like 5 or 10 minutes ago, he was holding crown first place. But his position and land then is the same as it is now. He's not found any new moments, any new opportunities, and so now he's not even in the top 5.
That is very unfortunate. Lunas does have a good position. He could take some extra land here from maybe knocks out potentially. And this this game player that is actually going to be Sparkles right here sitting.
I got some cool factoids for you, Eagle Eye. You ready?
What's the factoid?
So kills throughout today's games, Wicket Man 2 has scored 61 eliminations.
Wow.
He's the most for eliminations. Ultimus Rex in second place with 60 eliminations. Alpha in third place with 34 eliminations.
So it's Wicket or Ultimus who's going to end up getting that MVP reward, the kill MVP reward. And I'm going to be honest, I don't see Wicket in this game anymore. I think he was eliminated, if I am correct. So if Rex gets a couple extra kills, he could go above and get first place on MVP kills too.
This really shows that, you know, some players are really taking into account and changing their gameplay and making sure they get eliminations, whereas for other players it's kind of at the back of their mind, not as a primary focus.
Right. We see Lunas and Noxout both getting eliminated over here by Sparkles. We see up here, Millie actually got eaten up by Aki. Very unfortunate situation for Millie. And we have some nukes happening in Russia. NVR has spread across Russia and into Scandinavia. He's everywhere here. He's even down into Georgia.
Ooh, wow.
He's role playing the Russian Empire right now.
Yeah, he's doing those Vikings that went down the river systems, right? He's doing the Varangian stuff. Hell yeah, I love that. We've got the Doomsday Clock rising to 4%, currently on 2.7. There's a lot of big players like Nagy in 9th place who will need to make a move, otherwise he will be affected. King Baldwin in 10th place, he needs to make a move as well. Alpha, Krakenias, these are all big players in the game that in the next few seconds have to make a move unless if they want to avoid the Doomsday debuff. Now, sometimes in the games, they choose not to make the big move and they take the debuff and they stack their money and they still affect the end game.
This is true. We have Alpha sitting at 16 mil. He's potentially one of those players. Nagi over here sitting at 11 mil. Baldwin sitting at 11 mil also, and he just used a little bit of his gold. But one key point: people need to get above a MER if they want to be a real big deterrent. That is the point. Geographic edits having died. Rest in peace, geographic edits. We can see his death right here on a replay. Very unfortunate.
Got a Hydro landing on Aki as Aki takes out Ultimus Rex.
Counter Hydro,
Rex,
but not going to be enough.
Rex is spread a little bit. He's got some land in Portugal and Ireland and Brittany, but for the most part, Rex has been mostly removed.
Now he still has an opportunity to gain points in this game. Whalefall, is he still on the map at all? Did Whalefall die? Whalefall
He's got a pixel
still on the map, so he needs to get some extra points also. Yeah. We have Ultimus Rex. We have Alpha. We have Bojo Jangles potentially. Train Me. Train Me's been eliminated. He wasn't third. So we have players who could be playing using the standings in mind.
Yeah, with Rex in the lead on the leaderboard. Not to tell people what to do, but you would probably focus the person leading. If you wanted to win, that is. If you was in second, third, fourth, fifth place on the leaderboards, your target would be clear. In terms of elimination points, I'm seeing plenty of players here on 1 or 2 pixels. A couple of these pixel players even have 5 to 10 million in gold. So you've got double incentives there to take out these pixel players.
If you look at the kill feed here, we see MVR taking a kill, Anto taking a kill, Millie taking a kill, MVR again, cheese maxing, the Anon player. They are looking for kills. Ultimus Rex got a kill here. Sparkle's got a kill here. Looks like Anon is spread out into the Middle East now. We have some players. Doomsday Clock is going up to 9%. It's about to hit 9, and we have 4 players above 9%. We have Sparkles, this Anon player, MVR, and Aki. And looks like Sparkle's going to take out Rex in Ireland. Still a lot of positions by Rex, though. We have a Merv go out. Who
from
sent
Anto?
that Merv? No, from NVR onto Anto.
No, from NVR. Okay. NVR full sends. I don't know who is full sending, but it came back. Whoever fired that Merv onto Anto is not sent in the troops.
And it looks like Anon is going to be hitting that right now. We got some counter atom bombs. Anto does have 16 mil. He could potentially hydro. We have 4 players who are above the threshold. It's starting to rise again at this point. So Aki is going to be the first one who's about to hit that threshold. He's going to need to make a move. Let's see who he decides to go on to. His weakest neighbors with a lot of land will be people like cheese maxing. Like this Krakenias player, like Rex. A lot of potentiality.
All those small little Merv pockets there, those irradiated pixels, in a situation where every pixel counts, you should be sending those boats. And Aki there pushes into the rest of Ultimus Rex.
It looks like that was Alpha and Rex that he went into. So he attacked 2 players to get out of that range, and that's going to be enough. It's going to put him up to 16%. Very smart move by Aki. He is learning the meta. NVR is getting hydroed off the map. King Baldwin sending out 3 hydros. Probably lost more land than he takes from King Baldwin there.
Very nice.
This player right here is, we predict that he is Sparkles. That is what I predict. He's a big fan.
Oh, you're fanboy. That's Sparkles. Well, he's currently winning, so if he wins, then your name is on the billboard.
I'm I'm unsure who Anon is right here. We have Uni over here sitting at 60 mil, also Anto at 20 mil, Krakenias also at 60 mil, Stanley at 20 mil, Cheese Maxing at 60, Capsule Core 0 mil. He's just investing into ports, trying to make some gold up here in the top left. I forgot on this map they also added the what is this? The Canary Islands? I don't think it's the Canary. It's something. It's an island here. Very very interesting island there. The Doomsday
Wish I
Clock
knew.
is at 16%, and Anon is going to fall right underneath it, just barely. He needs to make a move now if he wants to actually stay above his regen, and it's going to start ticking up again. So he's going to make a big move now.
He
He's
does
got
have
80
small
mil.
players around him. He's got Krakenias, he's got Stanley, he's got Vary. It might mean that you need a traitor debuff, but you would only need to use maybe 10% of your troops. But all of these weak players have 50 million in gold. So
This could start a domino. He has an alliance with Anto that's about to come up. He needs to make a move ASAP.
yeah.
Is
and
he
now
going to do
everybody has the debuff except the crown holder.
So Aki needs to make a move, and VR needs to make a move. These guys need to start moving. And Anon does start making a move. That alliance did expire. He's going to start making that move. And VR also attacking into him. Looks like that alliance expired at a very similar time. Anto actually betrayed, and that's what caused it. So Uni's going to grab a couple bits of land also. Aki opting to go for the nuked land. So is Krakenias.
NVR just about keeping up with the Doomsday threshold rising, and NVR is 0.1% behind the Eagle player, meaning that from now on, no matter how high the Doomsday threshold rises, really it's a case of NVR and the Eagle player battling for the crown, because whoever holds that crown has troop regen, which is so important.
It's at now exactly equal. However, the crown is just barely still on this player's side.
There's a few pieces of irradiated wasteland in those Finnish lakes that NVR really needs to get onto straight away, because it's a few pixels that are going to give him the crown. Literally just a few. He doesn't know how many pixels he needs, so he needs to be landing on those on anything he can get.
Who is going to be making a move? MVR does need to take a. He could potentially take like King Baldwin out. He just needs a couple extra pixels to get his troop regen back in place. And similarly, if that happens, then this game needs to go ahead and make a move also.
Yeah, you've got King Baldwin in the corner. Only a few pixels. However, he does have. Yeah, he's got no gold, no missile silos, so that would be an easy pick. But now NVR's troops are down at 10% of his cap, right? So now is too late for the land invasion that might have been the move.
We see some
And it could be a bit of a stalemate, and it could be one of these bomb situations again. The cash on the board, going from the top 10, Stanley's got 20 mil, Vary's got 40 mil, Krakenias on 95 million, Nagy on 42 million, Cheesemax in 74 million, Uni in 5th place, 60 million, Aki 85 million, Anon NVR both on 75 mil, and then the first place player, the Eagle player, only on 7 mil. I'm not sure where their cash has gone. Maybe they've invested it. Maybe they've been blowing up warships. I'm not sure.
I think we might be looking at trying to Merv proof potentially. I don't know if there's enough gold on the board yet to be able to do that, but they're going for it. We see a little bit of a stalemate in this end game.
This is a good moment to mention OpenFront coming out on Steam extremely soon. Giveaways happening every week in the OFM Discord. Tournaments happening every week in the OFM Discord. Soon on the way, team-based tournaments as well as free-for-alls. Make sure you get involved, guys.
What are some potential moves that people could be making right now to get some advantage in this endgame?
Well, the player with the crown, he only needs to 10% click his enemies to take their land. He will know that he will take some bombs in response. But either way, he's going to take some bombs in response. So it might be a good idea for him to trigger the fight rather than receive the fight. There's a Hydro there, landing on Eagle, coming in from Bob the Gamer, Pixel Boy over there in Finland.
Interesting choice in that regard. That does put MVR.
That swaps. Wow. Yeah, go on.
That does put MVR above the Doomsday Clock, so he's going to start regenerating troops very quickly. And another Hydra goes onto MVR. That puts him below the Doomsday Clock. So he'll regen troops.
You've got Pixel players here, background characters, NPCs, throwing hydrogens and changing the course of the game.
This is super interesting.
Another Hydro from Bob. It's going to land on Eagle, and that might flip Crown back to NVR, but it got shot down, I think.
Looks like it whiffed. And Uni is going to be taking that nuke land from NVR, where Sparkles is able to take back that nuke land himself. So actually, in this exchange, Bob the Gamer is actually helping Sparkles by initiating this Hydro exchange.
All of these Pixel players on the map, in my opinion, if this Pixel player has less than 25 mil, just don't renew the alliance. Take the point. Take the points. Don't you want the points?
Yeah, there's a minute left in the game. There's a lot of points on the board. And honestly, this could go any way right now. Now, keep in mind, Anon and Aki both have 17%. That is like within 3% of first place. This Hydro exchange that could be happening could happen anywhere. Any of those four players could realistically win this game at this point in time.
Yeah, this is going to be another endgame madness. I'm ready for it.
Now, a potential win condition here is that Sparkles just 10% clicks, 20% clicks all his neighbors and takes enough land that even if he was merved and hydroed, they're not going to be placing their hydros where he is conquering because it won't be his land. They're going to be aiming the hydros where the land that he was before. So he could potentially gain a lot of land just by 10, 20% clicking all of his neighbors at the very end and staying above that threshold. We have some nukes coming out from Capsule Core. We have Mervs coming out. The Hydros are being expended. We have 10 seconds left in the game.
10 seconds left. Crown is currently on NVR, but there's more Mervs and there's more Hydros landing. We're probably going to see the Crown flip to Anon. Anon with the Crown. Anon with the win.
Anon. Congratulations to Anon for winning that. He had a bunch of land in the Middle East that just wasn't touched by any nukes, and that won the game for him. So GG's there. Now, let us wait for the standings to update, and we'll see who won the tournament in totality. I wonder who is that Anon player also. Let me check. Let us see. I'm looking through the list right now. We are waiting for the standings to compile.
Apparently, it wasn't Bob sending those hydros. It was a Pixel player inside Bob, the Pixel player.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
An enclave inside an enclave.
I can't find
Good job, guys.
Who that player is.
GG to everybody that took part in the games. We're going to have the winner announced any second now. If you found this stream from the OpenFront homepage and you want to get involved in the OpenFront community in terms of clans, tournaments, then the OpenFront Masters Discord link is just in the description of the stream here. There's giveaways, weekly giveaways for plutonium, which is the in-game currency that allows you to buy skins. There's a lot going on. And there's a lot of clans that would eagerly recruit you and make you a member of their competitive team. And who knows, you could be winning plutonium within weeks. What a rush.
And don't forget, boys, join the OFM Discord. We have weekly giveaways there. Your participation in the tournaments and how well you do increases your entries to the giveaway. You can get plutonium just by playing in tournaments. Don't forget to drop a follow on the OpenFront Masters official Twitch. Don't forget to head over to Lonely Millennial's Twitch over here. He's one of our lovely caster at OFM.
Yep.
Drop a follow, give him some love. The script says, I'm not lying, the script says to shout out my YouTube channel, so Eagle Eye's YouTube channel that I barely
No,
post
it
on.
doesn't.
I'm
No, it
literally, the
doesn't.
script says, I'm just saying. And Steam is releasing Q3 in the next couple months, I believe, in like, I'm not going to leak a date, but I believe it's within the next 2 months, quote
Yep.
unquote, it's going to release. And so we'll have OpenFront on Steam officially. It's going to be really good.
It's going to be really good.
All
And
right.
the game is constantly receiving updates in terms of friends list, profiles. It's a great moment to get involved in this game as it's being developed.
Let us see. We're still waiting for those standings to update. Just hold up. Did we see?
If you want to look
I think we
for
see
potential clans to join, there's clan lists in the OpenFront Masters Discord and the OpenFront Discord. Sorry, Eagle Eye, go on.
Yeah, no, really, get involved in the community, guys. There's a bunch of clans available, a lot of active VCs you can join, a lot of like niche groups also. You might not really, they're maybe not as big, but they might be more personable, or you might like relate to them better. Get a group of friends, play some open front games. The squads format is releasing an OFM soon, within the next 2 weeks, and so you can make some friends very quickly and participate in OFM in squads. And so that is, it's a really fun time to do. Go ahead and do that. And we have these standings. We have the final standings. I'm going to post them up here right now. Here we go. This is the 2026 Summer FFA Major, ranked by cumulative points. We have in first place, we have Ultimates Rex. The classic, of course, he managed to squeak out the win. Pretty dominant performance, too. He is more than 100 points past second place. Second place being Sparkles with 792 points and 41 kills. Whalefall with 774 points and 31 kills. And then we can see right there Alpha in fourth, Uni in fifth, and etc., etc. We have a lot of great players having participated in this tournament. Congratulations to Rex for winning the first OFM major under the new directorship. Was this an expected outcome? Yes, he did win the tournament. I don't have to disavow him. That's very nice. Congratulations to everyone involved. All of these players are going to be winning plutonium in different amounts, and they will be honored in the OFM Future Hall of Fame in the info repository. And additionally, when they release the profile badge features, a lot of these players are going to be receiving badges in their profiles for participating and placing well in this tournament. So congratulations to everybody involved.
How many kills did Ultimus Rex get, Eagle Eye?
He got 6, 7 kills.
No.
Oh my gosh. He got 6, 7 kills. Congratulations to him. He is living up to the memes for his YouTube channel. That's going to be a title. GG's, everyone.
He did that on purpose.
He had to have done that on purpose. He held back just so he could get 6, 7 kills. Let's see if we're going to get really quickly an interview, possibly by Zixer. We will delay a little bit until he responds to the DM.
We got lots of followers and bits and subs landing on the OpenFront Masters channel. Thank you guys so much for all that support. That goes a massive way to basically funding the OFM community and keeping things running and funding more events, more events, both in terms of quality and in terms of quality and quantity and quality, all of it, guys. So thank you so much.
We'll see. He is deafened. Let's see if he if I drag him in here, if he undeafens.
He's hiding.
He's hiding. There he is. Hello.
Hey there.
Welcome. This is Zixer. He's the lead director for OFM. How you doing today?
Good. Sorry, I was setting up my mic. Yeah, doing good. How are you guys?
Good. How do you think the
doing
tournament
good.
went?
Well, I think the organizational aspect of it was very smooth. We didn't have any issues at all. Yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say in that regard. Everyone was having fun. We saw a big lead from Rex kind of all throughout the tournament and kind of till the end. He also had the most kills, so it kind of, adds up. But yeah. Good job on everyone who played.
Awesome. Anyone in chat, does anyone have any questions right now while we have the lead here? We can respond to anything quick before we sunset the stream.
Is there any way to get the full stand-ins for the final 60 players?
Yes, those will be posted as well. The full standings for the whole tournament, not just the 60 players.
Okay.
I can already guess why you're asking that one.
I want to see where my Roy's member is.
Yeah.
He's asking in chat. Okay, he's asking me in chat.
Yeah. Well, I'll post the full list for anyone who participated. Good job on everyone. Yeah, we have weekly tournaments, as Eagle said so many times. So next one's going to be Saturday. We're going to be working on the new format that's coming out. I think that's the biggest OFM news. And yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Huge.
Any questions? I know there's some delay, so still waiting to see if any shows up. Probably later we're going to set up some type of stage on Discord so people can ask questions and get an answer a little bit quicker maybe. But
Yeah, so
we'll see that later.
we can do some in future OFMs. We'll have player interviews also, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yep. Full scoreboard and kills. Yes, we will be dropping that.
We will make the announcement for the results in the OFM channel tonight, so you guys will be able to see all that. But also the standings are available for anyone who wants to see it in the Bot Commands channel.
Who was Anon that won the final game?
It was Sparkle. Oh wait, Anon. Good question. Let me check. If I had to guess, probably Whalefall, but because I didn't. Oh no, never mind. We saw the name, right?
Yeah, we saw Whalefall. I think it was Spaceship. Looks like it was Spaceship.
Yeah. Well, Spaceship mentioned it was them.
Yeah, Spaceship said it. Yeah. So GG's there.
That's probably what boosted them to top 10. So for the rewards, as a reminder, I guess we can go over these. We have different plutonium tiers. So we also are giving rewards for depending on your placement. The placements here are from 1 to 15. Number 1 is going to be getting 750 plutonium. Number 2, 400 plutonium. Number 3, 250. And then anyone from 4th place to 15th place will be getting 100 plutonium. The kill MVP gets 100 plutonium, so that's Ultimus Rex. Each domination win gives you 50 points during the tournament. And then there's some qualifications for Grand Championship. In this case, it's top 100.
And of course, you can't forget the glory and the history.
I think that's probably one of the most important parts for some of these players is the glory part, because Rex already has pretty much all the skins. Actually, he has all the skins. So I don't think for him the plutonium are gonna change much. But also we're gonna have some in-game badges. We have some Discord badges as well. I mean some profile badges within the Discord that we're gonna be seeing. So a lot of aura, we could say.
A lot of aura
Big
being
aura.
farmed here. All right.
Before I finish on my end, make sure to follow Lonely Millennial on his YouTube and Twitch. You know,
Yes, please.
he has been an amazing caster. He's been helping out with our minors as well as our major here today.
All
You
right.
can just click on his username in the title.
Lonely Millennial, I DM'd you the script. That's what the script says for the outro. So go ahead and we can close.
Is this my part of the script?
This is.
This has been the Lonely Millennial and Eagle Eye with the OFM. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Season 1 OFM Major. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you again soon. There you go.
All right. GG's, everyone.
All right, guys. GG. Bye-bye.
Bye.